Hello everyone and welcome to the ERA E90 Euro Series Season 1, and this is Round 1 from the Snetterton 300 circuit. And I'm John Munro, and alongside me tonight is Bradley Vanian, and we're going to go straight into it. So Bradley, do you want to tell us a little bit about the series and what you've got coming up for us?
Okay, so yeah, this is the opening round of the opening season of the Elite Racing Association, your E90 Euro Series. So BMW E90s are being used, so you'll see them like in the World Touring Car Championship, and provides very close racing, proper touring car racing. But they're not the easiest cars to handle. You gotta be slightly careful on the throttle. So some of the racing that you'll expect, wheel to wheel, door to door, overtakes all over the place, contact everything, exactly what you'll have in a normal touring car league.
Yep, and we ran this car and this mod, I believe, in the Sim Racing Online BMW E90 Championship, and that was very successful. Although sadly, the Sim Racing Online folded. But we're bringing it back with the Elite Racing Association. And the one thing I like about this series is you've got one maker car, BMW E90, and that obviously is going to provide close racing because everyone's in the same boat. The only difference you can make is setups, and although that does matter, you're still going to have unbelievably close racing. We've got such a good lineup as well, with drivers like Tom Ely and Chris Butcher at the front, and we've got some newcomers as well, ready to make a mark.
And about the close racing, what also makes this extreme close racing is the length of the races, and also some of the settings to do with the races. So we have 3 races, all are 15 minutes long, and we have a Super Pole session for Quali 1, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, and then race 2 is using the race results of race 1. So if you finish second in race 1, then you will start second for race 2. And then race 3, the top 10 will be reversed. So if you finish 10th in race 2, you're going to be starting right at the front for the final race. And they're all 15 minutes long, as I said.
Yeah, and that always spices up the action because you've got the really quick drivers that have been right up at the front, fighting back from 10th on the grid. And we've seen it happen before in SRO. It's easily done. They can make their way up, and it always provides a very exciting third race, which you definitely don't want to miss. And we're also going to have some of the guys that were maybe just breaking into the top 10, find themselves leading the race for a change. And it's always going to be exciting battling for that 10th place in race 2. But let's talk a little bit about the track, Bradley. We've got the Snetterton 300 circuit, which was modified not that long ago, and we'll probably give you an onboard lap in a wee while. But just what do you think of the main overtaking points in this track, and where do you think the racing is going to be provided?
Well, it is a very tight circuit, so you've got to be very careful, especially in touring cars, not to overjudge like your braking or just you don't want to overjudge anything. I think the main overtaking place are going to be turn 1 and turn 2, and then I think another main area is going to be after that really long straight into the chicane, the Brundle chicane. Definitely. And then you've also got the infield section. I said there's only I think there's only one major I think there's only one major overtaking zone in that middle sector. So I think the middle sector, that's where drivers want to push, get away and try and get as far away as possible before that back straight.
Yep, and I'll give you a talk about some of the corners. Turn 1 is Riches, and now we've got a long pit straight which leads out of a chicane, so you're going to have cars closely following each other with the slipstream. Turn 1 it's a kind of double apex right-hander, and we've seen this when we had the Touring Pro Series here with the Virtual Clio Challenge. We had great racing into there with cars diving down the inside, and then getting a bad run into Montreal, which is the second turn, which is it's based on the Montreal hairpin, and it's basically a very tight right-hander, and it's so easy to make moves there, and also so easy to get it wrong and go straight onto the grass. Because as I said, in the Touring Pro Series Virtual Clio series, we had a lot of overtaking going on there, and a lot of fight backs really, because you have drivers passing into turn 1 and then the other driver retaking into turn 2. And as you were saying, the main corner for overtaking in the infield would be corner 4, which is Agostini, and it's a tight left-hander, and turn before is a left-hander called Palmer, which is actually quite similar to turn 1, but that's where the overtaking is going to happen if there is any in that infield section, and hopefully that'll bunch it up for the Bentley Straight, which is a massive backstretch, which is I think as long as the pit stretch. Then you go under the tunnel, which might be familiar with you, and to the left-hander at Brundle and the quick right-hander at Nelson. So that's another really exciting part of the track, the chicane.
Yeah, definitely. We were just watching one of the Surreal Illusion car go through that middle sector, middle section, and now going back onto this long straight. This is a very long back straight. So you want to go diagonal? You want to go diagonally across this back straight, and you want to be very careful under braking, haven't you, for the chicane?
Yeah, so many drivers get it wrong here. You just need to hit the hit the braking spot. Sorry, exactly right. Because if not, you're going to be carrying too much speed into the corner, and you're going to have to trail brake through the left-hander bundles. Really is a tricky braking zone, one of the most tricky probably in the whole country. As we watch David Carter here for Surreal Illusions. But speaking of the drivers, why don't we give you guys a bit of information on the drivers, because we've got such a competitive field here, and it would be a shame if we didn't tell you about some of the drivers and what they've achieved and what they'll be aiming for.
Yes, so we have over 30 drivers in this league. So just some of the drivers that you should look out for. We have the THR drivers of Chris Butcher, Robert Wiesemuller and James Johnson. THR are very successful in touring car racing, especially in the Touring Pro Series. They've won a few championships. So they'll be looking to do the same here at Elite Racing Association. We also have Ice Cold Racing fielding 3 drivers with Mike Bell, Gary Lennon and Eric Tveit. Eric Tveit in the past has been very quick in BMW E90s, so it'd be interesting to see if he can challenge THR. Other teams, like big teams that have enough drivers, are Surreal Illusions with Don Martin, David Carter and Matt Richards. And then we also have Optimum Sim Racing with Alejandro Fernandez, Jonathan Orca-Clint and Scott Sovic. So those are the 4 main teams, but we also have a lot of other drivers who are on their own or in smaller teams. So some of the drivers who you should look out for there are Tommy Ajala. So he's racing the TPS, he's actually got a TPS race win. We also have ADR, there are 2 drivers in that team, Van der Velde and Van der Venne. They are quite, they are asserting themselves well in the Touring Pro Series. I've had some good results as a team, and drivers specifically. And I think this would be a real good chance for, for them to get some podiums, especially with the top 10 being reversed for the final race.
Yeah, definitely, and not forgetting, when you're talking to privateers, we can't forget Tom Ely, the man who's fastest in practice. I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight about some of the drivers. So we know what teams they race for, but we might want to know some of the background. You've got Tom Ely fastest at the moment. Now he joined Touring Pro Series Virtual Clio Series Season 2, I believe, and he joined kind of midway through the season, so he had no intentions for the championship. But he really did make his mark, scoring a couple of podiums and I think winning the final race of the season. And then I don't think he raced this season, didn't have a full season, so we haven't seen him race in a while. I haven't seen him race against him competitively in a while, but we know he's going to be unbelievably quick, and he's proving out there just now being quickest in practice with a 1:55.5, which is a spectacular time. Then you've got Chris Butcher behind, the first of the THR cars, and I think he's got the nicest livery on the field, the lovely green and grey.
Yep,
but,
the lime green. Very similar to Wiesemuller's, actually, but Wiesemuller's got a slightly darker green.
Yeah, they're very, very smart. Robert does a great job with those skins, though, and he's very generous to everyone else who's looking for skins to make skins for their car, and he's always brilliant with that. But tell you a bit about Chris Butcher. He was second, I believe, in the Touring Pro Series Virtual Clio Season 3, which has just finished, and he's always been competitive in World Touring Masters and other things, racing for THR, co-owns THR with Toby Davis, and he's always quick. He can jump in a car without much practice and always be right up there at the top. And I think he's definitely one to watch. He'd be definitely one of my favourites to take the championship this season, because we know how quick he is in every single type of car, and you can't forget he is the Red Bull Gridsters champion of 2012, which won him tickets to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and that's basically it was a challenge really at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, on all different platforms and different sims, and he managed to win it, which just shows how versatile he can be, and really looking forward to watching him race. And we've got Ice Cold Racing. Can't forget to mention Eric Tveit, who in the recent World Touring Masters won 3 races out of the last 4. Jesper Tolberg dominated the start of the season, and then once Eric had really click with the car and click with the setup, he was absolutely flying. You can agree with me here at the end of the season, taking 3 wins and just he really did dominate.
Is he currently in practice?
I don't think he's in the server right now. I haven't noticed him join, so we will hope that he joins before qualifying, which is in 5 minutes. But he's another driver, definitely one to watch. You've got some new drivers coming into the series that you may not recognise, names such as Stephen Kelman, who's just getting into sim racing. He's not got a very good wheel or stuff yet, but he's definitely going to be improving throughout the season. Drivers like these will be wanting to make their mark in sim racing and hopefully get some big names to recognise them and maybe get some sign-ups with bigger teams and take it from there.
Yeah, it's an easy stepping stone, but you know, the race is going to be just as good as any other series.
Yep. So we've only got, it looks like we've only got 4 minutes till qualifying. So, well, Bradley, do you want to take us on an onboard lap with one of the drivers? See if we can find one that's about to start a lap.
Okay, oh, I think I've got James Johnson here.
Yep, James Johnson just coming through the chicane. So he's still got a few corners to go before he starts his lap, but we'll just wait till he comes around here, going through. That's the bomb hole he's just going through right now. Coming up to the final chicane, and then Bradley can take us through a lap on board with James Johnson, just to give you guys a feel of the circuit and where you think the best overtaking points will be. But I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful into this final corner. You want to maximise the space on the entry and the exit, as James executes very well there, using a lot of curve on the exit. You got this straight, you got this tiny king. It's a very thin straight. You got the wall right on the side there, separating the pit lane obviously to the track. Then you got this turn one, very fast right-hander. Oh no! Oh!
Seems like we've lost connection, because I've lost connection as well. Might be a problem with the server there, so you have to bear with us as we rejoin, see what's happened. Is that what happened to you, Bradley, as well?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just rejoin the server, and we believe it should probably happen to a lot of the drivers, if not all of them. So we'll just need to wait and see when we rejoin. But with these new leagues, you're always going to get these technical problems right at the start when everyone's getting used to what we have to do. But that just looked like a simple connection drop.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, no, we're back in, and
might have been a server reset.
Seem okay.
Yeah, might have been a server reset, but
nope,
so unfortunately we're gonna have to wait. But we can actually follow a driver on out lap if they're gonna do one.
John. Most of the drivers actually stayed in. It was about half the field lost.
Ah, okay. So we still have drivers out on the track then, it seems.
Yeah.
Our system catches up. And I'm not catching anyone at the moment, so I'm still waiting before everything refreshes itself, and we should get back to the action pretty soon. But yeah, definitely Tom Ely, Chris Butcher looks very fast, looking very good. And also, Wiesen Muller, you always know he's going to be fast. Tommy Oala's definitely one to watch. And some of the guys near the back, some of the guys that haven't actually made it to practice, such as, we're talking about Eric DeVite, and some of these drivers that we haven't actually seen in the server, but they'll be definitely looking for a good result.
Yeah, Eric DeVite, he has won multiple races in multiple leagues in these cars. These cars are used in many different leagues. So it's only 2 minutes. Sorry, it's only about 30 seconds until quali. Although that may be extended due to the technical problems that we just had.
Yeah, I'm only getting video streaming from one of the cars at the moment, but that'll sure change as we see some now coming out the pits. We'll just need to, wait and see what happens here. But yeah, there's definitely a mass amount of big names.
Oh,
I think,
okay. I think we just found the perfect guy to show us the ins and outs of this circuit. Tom Ely, first in practice, dominating practice. Actually, quite a few tenths ahead of everyone else. He only just signed up to the championship this morning, so he hasn't had as much time as some of the other drivers, but he's just really got into the groove. So we're just in this infield section currently with Tom Ely going through Palmer. This long left-hander, very similar to turn one in a way. Again, using all the track on the exit. And then you've got this heavy braking zone. This is probably the only overtaking zone in this infield section. Oh, no, there's another problem, I think.
Yeah, I seem to be missing the drivers, but I'm just going to rejoin and see what we can do.
Oh, no, I think, okay, don't worry, Ali. Practice just reset, so we should be going to a session soon.
It looks like one of the admins is having issues, but hopefully we will sort that out as soon as possible, and bring you some incredible racing from Snetterton. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Just a quick eye out to any of the spectators. If you want to find out any more information on this league, or if you want to race for yourself, you can go to www.elite-racing-association.com. .webs.com. Okay, the Elite Racing Association, they have 2 leagues currently running, and they will have ones in the future. Their other league is the Skoda Series, which is currently in the mid-season, but you can still sign up. Quite a heated championship battle going on right now, both in the teams and the Drivers' Championship.
Yep, I seem to have problems getting in the server. It looks like there's too many drivers, so the server's full, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one, and we'll see if we get in. But Bradley, are you in the server just now?
Yep, I'm in the server.
So if we can get someone that doesn't need to be there to leave the server, and hopefully I can get back in and we can bring you some action. Sorry about all these technical problems, but they are to be expected with a new league.
Okay, someone just left, okay?
Okay, so that hopefully should be able to get back in.
Oh, no, oh, well, I hope so anyway.
We'll try our best.
Currently there's 35 people in the server, and I think the maximum is 36. Or I hope it is anyway.
Still struggling here, but if you're in the server, you can, if there's any action on track, or we can see when qualifying's about to start.
Well, I think we should be going to qualifying soon. Oh, I have literally no idea what's going on.
Okay, so I've just had a message from Mike Bell, the admin, saying the server will restart. So
yeah,
hopefully all these problems will be sorted out. So yeah, once again, apologise for this, but just bear with us for a couple more minutes, and we'll have it sorted out for you and bring you some fantastic racing with.
Just a little credit. The picture that you will see on your screen, that is a photo taken by Jesper Tolborg of 2 BMW 90s. Very close racing, as you can see.
Yeah, Jesper Tolborg does a lot of work for many leagues and bringing, the media. He's not just one of the best and most decorated sim racers out there. He also does a lot of work with the media, like pictures and skins and things like that. He's very kind of involved.
You say about media, but another person, the person that made many of the liveries in this league, such as the THR liveries, and also the Spotter Guide, which you saw earlier, that was Robert Wiesemuller, and he's actually driving this league.
Yeah, so we want to wish him the best of luck because he deserves good results for all the work he does across all the leagues like Touring Pro Series and Elite Racing. He does a lot of the news actually on Touring Pro Series, and he really is a busy man. So, I think he won a couple of races in the mini challenge. So
yes,
he's
he
definitely
did. He was
building.
he was actually fighting for the championship until the final race. Oh.
Yep. So we've finally fixed the problems, hopefully, and we should be into the racing quite soon. So, basically what's going to happen is we're going to have a quick kind of run of just a couple of laps for everyone, giving everyone a chance to rejoin the server, because we had a server restart there with a bit of admin issues, but within a couple of minutes when everyone's rejoined the server, things will be back to normal, and we'll be able to bring you some fantastic racing with qualifying. It's a 10-minute session. I'm not quite aware if it's Superpole or not. I'll have to check. I think it is, but we'll need to confirm that.
Yeah, and if Super Bowl, it's a very tough thing to do. You've only got one lap, and it's so easy to make a mistake because you're under so much pressure, and also with so many drivers, it's very tough to also find the space. So in 10 minutes to not only do only one lap, but you also got to do an outlap, and you've got to find the space. It's not as easy as you think.
Yeah, we should talk a bit about the Super Pole system because it definitely puts the pressure on the drivers. Seem to remember from experiences in various leagues, like Sim Racing Online when we had the Super Pole, you had all the top drivers, none of them within a second of their fastest times because the pressure's getting to them. And you can set a fast time in 250 attempts if you're practicing that much, but that doesn't mean you're going to nail the one lap that counts, and that's what it's all about. And you see drivers, cracking under pressure, like Toby Davis, an example, in the Virtual Clio Series this season at Knock Hill. All he had to do was finish reasonably high to wrap up the championship, and I remember he rolled on the outlap, I believe. And it just shows you how easy it can happen to any driver, no matter what your standard is. You just really need to get the lap spot on. As we see, Matt Richards knocking his teammate off there on the outlap, putting him straight across the chicane.
Okay. Okay, I wasn't able to catch that, but sounds surprising. These guys always do have good fun. The Surreal Illusion drivers are on TeamSpeak a lot, and they really are good guys to talk to, and they're always there if you need advice or setup help. And but a better team is Optimum Sim Racing. No, I'm joking.
They're a good sport, and they're quick drivers too. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do, and we'll follow their progress. But it looks like the drivers are getting back on track. We've got Diego Montoya, I'm looking at here, coming under the bridge. Not a name I'm familiar with, I have to be honest, coming through the chicane.
Well, he's racing the Skoda Series. What position is Montoya in currently? Is it in second?
I'm not because the server reset. I don't believe we have positions. But
well,
you mean in Skodas? You mean in Skodas?
Diego Montoya he's racing the Skodas. I think he's got podium.
Well, he's to be quick then. I mean, the Skoda, the Race to Play series are competitive, and no matter which series you're going to join, if you can get podiums and race wins, you know they're going to do fare well, and any series they join.
Okay, well we're now riding on board of a car. Now I think it might be Tom Ely. Let me just have a sorry. No, it's actually Lindstruser. Because they're actually running the same car, so it's quite hard to identify the cars that are independent using default sins. So we're just on the main straight now with Lindstruser. Again, got the kink on the straight. I'm going to go right to the left side into turn 1, as he's now doing. I'm going to use as much of the track on the left side, and you want to hit the apex. You want to hit the apex, you don't want to hit it too early because you can run out quite wide. There, you can see that Lindstruser got quite a late apex. You could scale that by the curb. Then you want to brake around the 100-meter board in the apex in the middle, using all the track on exit, including that small runoff area, which is actually part of the 200 layout. Going back to the right side. This corner is very tough. It's very easy to miss the apex. I'm going to use all the track on the exit. Again, that was going through Palmer.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to finish the lap because we're advancing to qualifying, but we will come back to it.
Well, that's the furthest we've actually got, like twice in a row. So
after the problems, we've finally reached qualifying, Bradley. So I think we have to be satisfied with that. But it looks like a couple of drivers have actually had a mismatch on the server. But it says the server allows mismatches, so that should be fine.
I think that's to do with liveries anyway.
Yeah, so Brendan Russo and Diego Montoya looks like they are fine to go, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on.
So we got 10 minutes. So let's see who's coming out on track. Oh yeah, we already. Oh, that's. So there we have.
Gary Lennon getting hit there.
No, that was Eric's fight. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe not looking at the correct cars.
Maybe more than one car getting hit. It looks like.
I think that was Matt Rick. No, that would be David. That would be David Carter. David Carter's got the green and grey Surreal Illusion car. Matt Ricks has got the blue and grey, and Dom Martin's got the pink and grey. I'm not fully sure though if Dom is racing.
Yeah, the Surreal Illusion skins are nice.
No, seriously. Right, all these viewers, look at all these cars that are coming through on their outlap as you see Eric Fight already going wide. Look at that, all of these cars getting an early lap in.
A massive stream of cars into the
and
infield
then
section.
A few more cars.
All battling for track position. It looks like Tveit and Ely are having a race already. Calm down, boys, we've still got a long way to go. But it looks like Tveit's weaving it. We can literally commentate on the race here, Bradley.
Oh, and that's a great move there from Tveit going around the outside of Carter, but he hasn't made it stick though. Oh, and that's brilliant defensive driving from Carter.
And now, there's a spin
for... Oh, that was nearly Chris Butcher, I think. Yeah. Tom Eady's lurking in the back. Can he make... Oh, could he go down the inside, or is he going to go down the outside? Oh, and there's a spin! And Carter... Oh, and there's a Tveit. Oh, and they've all gone off in the Super Pole quali. Is it Super Pole, John? Can you check?
I'm beginning to get the feeling it's not Super Pole, judging by the way these guys are, going hammer
and then there's Matt Richards as well. Can you just... Can you do a quick check?
Yeah, I believe it's not Super Pole, because if it was Super Pole, they wouldn't all be hitting each other and they wouldn't be racing. So I believe it's not. But it looked like we're having a fantastic race there.
It's not. So sorry about the confusion there. It's only a 10-minute open session, so no wonder so many cars are going out near the start. They're trying to get as many laps in as possible. Lap times are just under 2 minutes. So theoretically, that's about 5 or 6 laps. Although the tyres, you might want to just stop sort of at about the halfway stage, just to put in a new set of tyres. There's no Parc Ferme rules, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's watch Tom Ely, if I can just find him. He's 7th. Oh, Ali, we got Ojala here. Right.
So we're driver starting our laps now, so...
yeah, I'm just trying to find Ely for now.
So Tom Ely looks like we're on board with him now. Is he starting his lap?
Yeah, coming into turn 2. Very tight on the apex. All the track on the exit. I'd just like to say to the viewers, but sorry if there's any sorts of lag.
Tom Ely now is...
I'm 100% sure it's watchable.
Oh, Tom Ely going down to Agostini now. Let's see if he gets his braking right. He seems okay, and is he going to run a bit wide? No, he gets it nicely turned into the apex there.
One thing though, on the back straight, that all coming up in a couple of the corners, he might be able to get a slipstream from the ADR car ahead.
Yeah, he's not far behind, and but we know Van der Venne is a good driver. Oh, big slide there by Tom Ely. Shows that he's pushing it.
He used a lot of the curb on the entry. Yeah, I think he will get a slipstream as well from the ADR car.
Yeah, Van der Venne not too far ahead, so Tommy Lee might get a slight slipstream, but it's only his first lap, so I'm sure he's going to improve on this. But if he doesn't, this slipstream is going to make a difference. Davy Van der Venne, he was good. Van der Venne, he was doing quite good times in practice. He was up there in the top 10 definitely. So
yeah, so Tommy
he's
just
no
went under
slouch.
the bridge. Oh, and look how much of the curb they used. Oh, no,
Oh,
he's
he's hit
blocked.
Van der Vende! Oh no!
Oh.
Ely and Van der Vende have hit each other on the qualifying lap. It looks like, well, Van der Vende was on a hot lap, so he was entitled not to move out the way, but he did look really slow coming out of that corner there, Bradley.
Yeah, and you know, he made a mistake, and then he was on the racing line. Tommy Lee didn't have enough time to avoid him. So very unfortunate. Oh, we got Mike Bell losing control as well on his lap. As we got the first time coming in, I think we got James Johnson and Gary Lennon.
Back to cross the line.
Yeah, so Gary Lennon just watching. James Johnson's first. James Johnson, 158.1, and Gary Lennon beats that by almost a second.
Oh, Oyala's on a
57.2.
156.6 though. A great lap by Tommy Oyala to put a benchmark down
So
for other drivers to beat.
Simon Parad, 5th, 58.7, and oh, someone else moved up. Someone who's in second or third.
Wiesenmuller, Robert Wiesenmuller done a 57.0, so that's a solid first lap, but all these drivers will be looking to improve on their times. No real surprises there. As Mike Bell slots into 6th with a 159.6, and got Gary Lennon third. So at the moment we've got Ayala set the first quick lap on a 156.6, Wiesenmuller second on a 57.0, followed by Gary Lennon for Ice Cold Racing, and then Lindstruzer, the independent, in 4th, and then James Johnson 5th. So a lot of big names up there, but we've still got the likes of Tommy Lee to set a good lap after he had a collision with Van der Venne. Chris Butcher, is he on a lap? Looks like, why don't we follow Chris Butcher? He's in the infield section of his lap. I believe
position?
he's sitting in 23rd at the moment, but I believe this is a hot lap, and he's also, funnily enough, he's also following Van der Venne. Or no, sorry, that's Van der Velde's following. So be interesting to see if similar kind of incident occurs. Not sure if he's on his out lap or his hot lap at the moment though.
Oh, well, we're watching him now. Just in this infield section.
Yeah, round the left-hander. Right now currently going through Hamilton, turn 5.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of cars getting loose. We're going to see a
he's on
lot
the grass.
of cars getting loose through that middle sector.
Okay,
well, no, not that middle sector, just that corner in particular, because it's so fast and you've got, you know, it's very bumpy on the inside because of the curb, and it takes a lot of guts to do that full throttle and not to lose the car.
Yeah, if that was a hot lap, it's not anymore because he's abandoned it and he's gone back to the pits. So Chris Butcher going out for another time. Only 4 minutes left to quali, so it shows you how fast. You know, it takes a while for these cars to get around. 2-minute lap time. It's going to take a while for an out lap. And Chris Butcher's really got he's got pressure on him because he's not set a time and he's got 4 minutes left of the session. So he really does need to get a move on.
Oh, we got.
And it's once again Van der Venne. Oh no, that last time it was Van der Velde. It looks like those two. Are they both ADR drivers?
Yeah, they are. Which?
The two ADR drivers.
Oh yeah,
are
no, I see. Yeah, because one of them was on the grass and. Are you sure? Well, yeah, that'd be Butch then.
Yeah, Van der Venne just got passed by Butcher, and is that the third time in a row where we've got one of the hot guys following. Oh, when I say hot guys, quick guys, following one of the ADR, following one of the ADR drivers.
You are not gonna live through that then.
No. Kill me now. But still at the top, Robert Wiesenmuller's done a 155.9, so he's put set his authority down ahead of Oyala, who's on a 56.2, so he's also improved. And then we've got quite a big gap back to third.
We also have David Nannon, one of the admins of Elite Racing Association, in 15th place. I'd like to mention that.
Yeah, doing a good job.
I'm
never going to live that one down, am I, Bradley?
Okay, so here's Johnson. Johnson's in 6th. Who else? Oh, is this Ely in 4th? It's hard to tell. Oh no, sorry, Ely hasn't even done a proper lap yet.
No, it's Benjamin Lindstruzer in 4th, followed by Lee Palmer, who's up there at top 5. So good job for him so far. Okay. Is Tommy Lee on a hot lap? I wish there was something that would tell me, but if he is on a lap, he certainly looks like he's pushing it. So I believe he might be on a hot lap. So he's coming down to the chicane. So why don't we follow him? Okay. A bit wide there, missing the apex slightly, but I don't know if it'll affect him too much.
Is he in the final? Is he in the final sector?
Yep.
Okay.
Coming up to the final chicane now. So Tommy Lee. He'll be looking for pole position because he was quickest in practice, and I'm sure he'd be satisfied with the top 3, but pole position's what he really wants. As he's sitting up behind the back marker there, Christian Shoes, who runs a bit wide. No, oh, Ely just getting away with that one.
Oh.
And it's coming down the pit straight. So if this is a hot lap, will this be pole position for Tom Ely? So he's going to cross the line in a couple of seconds. And there he goes. And is that his third? So he's now 156.5.
That's a great lap for him. Well, I say it's a great lap, but he's going to want pole. I'm guessing that, well, this is going to be his final lap, and he'll push out on this final lap. Oh, there's a car in front of him, though, that may cause problems.
Oh, Eric Tavite's just joined the server, but he's not going to get a lap in because he's got a minute and 20 left in qualifying. Eric Tavite is going to be starting from the back of the grid.
And Tommy Lee's getting blocked here. Oh, that was very close.
So drivers who haven't started, drivers who haven't left the pits yet, that's them not going to improve their time because their timer's going to run out before they get round. So,
what I've noticed is that the times between the top guys and the bottom guys are extremely spread out. We have up to 7 seconds between most of the drivers. Obviously, it is a very long track. It's a 300 kilometer. No, wait, no.
Eric Tavite looks like he's getting kicked from the server.
That's it. It's a 3 kilometer layout, isn't it?
So that's a couple of drivers being kicked from the server there. I'm sure there's good reasoning behind that. But it looks like Eric Tavite might be missing the start of the race unless he can get his mismatch sorted out. And Sergio Perez, who is not the real Sergio, but not Sergio Perez. Just thought I'd let you know that. But it looks like Robert Wiesenmuller he's sitting first right now, and he's on a hot lap right now, I believe.
Well,
so he's got one more lap to
Tommy Lee has been on a lap.
Oh, Wiesenmuller getting very sideways there. So
Okay,
Tommy
Tommy
Lee
Lee just finishing it. Let's see, can he beat the 50.996? He's coming through that final corner. Lennon moves up to 5th.
in the home straight now. Tommy Lee.
Close.
What's it going to be? Is it going to be pole position for Tommy Lee? He crosses the line, and he does!
Yes!
55.817 it looks like.
By attempt.
Can anyone improve? Wiesenmuller's still on the lap, but he did seem to get a bit sideways when I when I saw him coming through turn 2, I believe, and he seemed to get back end out a little bit, but doesn't mean his lap's ruined.
When he's now going onto the back straight.
Yep, coming down the long back straight. I think this is actually longer than the pit straight. It definitely feels it anyway. And there's going to be massive slipstreaming going down here, and there'll be a good chance of overtaking. It looks like Robert Wiesenmuller's coming under the tunnel. Can he brake? Oh, he brakes very late. Get the car turned in. Oh, lovely slide through the corner, hit the apex. Oh, he seems to have lost a bit of momentum there. He had a little bit of a slide going on. So, don't know if this is going to be faster, but he's definitely going to give it a try. Oh, he's lost it!
Oh no, he's lost it! That's it, that is it for Wiesenmuller. Second is all he can do. And another very strong showing from another driver that we haven't mentioned, Tommy Ajala. One-on-one racing. He's on his own for this league, and he's put it into 3rd.
Chris Butcher might have something to say about that, because he's now just come through the chicane, looked very smooth through there, and he's following Lee Palmer, so he's going to get a little bit of help from the slipstream, maybe a little bit of disadvantage if Lee gets in his way, but Lee's looking very strong. He's in the top 10, so we should be okay.
Well,
so there comes Butcher.
Very different. Okay, something that is very common about that final 2 corners is very different limes. Oh no, he's lost it.
He's in the wall, so he's not going to improve.
Corner. He missed the apex, got a bit of oversteer, and just had to go into the wall. So we have Ely on pole, Wiesenmuller 2nd, Ajala 3rd, and 4th is Butcher. 5th is Johnson, 6th is Lennon, and 7th is Lindstruser. So those are the top 7. We'll go through the first rest of the field in warm-up.
Yep, Gary Lennon qualifying 6th, which for him, I know he's not the biggest fan of qualifying. He usually is a bit further down in qualifying, seems to struggle getting the 1 lap together, but come the race he's very quick.
He's
so
also
6th place.
He's also not the biggest fan of these cars. He's much more suited to Skodas and Clios.
Yeah, he won his first Touring Pro Series races in the Clios this season in Poznan. He took a double win. So we go into warm up, and Bradley, do you want to take us through the grid?
Right, just trying to get through drivers. Okay, so we have Tom Ely. He is in a default BMW. Yeah, okay, so there he is, the Andy Prio BMW. Second is Robert Wiesenmuller, THR. He made that livery himself. He is the only person who works for Shark Skins. It's his own little company.
Great job
Third
they do
is Tommy
too.
Ajala for one-on-one racing, the white and blue striped car. Fourth is Robert Wiesman's one of his teammates, and it is Chris Butcher. Very similar looking cars. And then the other THR driver is James Johnson, so a very good qualifying for them. However, I think they probably would have wanted pole. I think they'll be disappointed in some way that they couldn't get a pole. Sixth is the highest placed ICR car, and that is Gary Lennon. Seventh is... Oh, we got a problem. No, we have a major problem.
Lots of drivers being kicked from the server, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Are they kicked to arrive? They just left, or?
Oh no, I don't think they have. I think Tom Ridley looks like he's still on the server in Oyala, but they're down in 14th and 15th, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but some of the drivers seem to have swapped positions.
Okay, one idea is maybe due to track boundaries?
It could be that drivers have been cutting courses and cutting corners even, and it might have been demoted, but I'm not sure if that would be right.
Okay, well, where were we? Oh, no, that's not good.
So Robert Wiesenmuller has left, but he's re-entering it. I'm a bit confused by this, although it does...
Yeah, currently no footage from the server currently.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a bit of a pit lane calamity going on with Juan Zhen Wang, Matt Richards, and Diego Montoya, all three of them smacking into each other in the pit lane. And Gary Lennon's joined. I think the problem is there's lots of cars in one pit garage due to the small pit lane at Snetterton and too many BMWs. But yeah, it does look like we've got some problems here. We've not got many cars out on track. We're seeing a few. I mean, I'm seeing David van der Venne, for example, but not all. What stands out.
Okay.
Still, some drivers having problems with mismatches. It looks like they activate one of them, so that's going to be a big loss to this round if we
Okay, so we'll
activate.
drive. Oh,
I've lost connection.
sorry about these
few
problems.
technical problems here.
Yeah, a few. So I don't know the full grid, but we were just going to talk about Lindstruzer. He's a new driver to ERA, so a very good performance. I think that was one of the standout performances, along with Tom Ely's pole position and Najala's third place.
Yep, showing great pace in the first round of the series.
Yeah, we had Lee Palmer. He was around the top 10. He's actually got a corner named after him at this circuit.
Sorry, I'm just having problems getting to the server, but I'll be back with you shortly. So we might need to restart warm-up. Bradley, are you in the server?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. At least we've got someone in. I'm just going to try and join now. Yep, so we're having a few technical problems down here, which is to be expected. And just blame Mike Bell for everything.
It still doesn't look like Eric Twite's going to be able to race.
So just join the server now. I am definitely looking forward to this race if we ever get it going.
Yeah.
I'm
If it
definitely
happens.
looking. I think it's going to be a fantastic race. We've seen how good racing these cars can provide in this racing online championship. So, you know, it's going to be. We really don't know what to expect. There's going to be a few incidents, but yeah, great action-packed racing.
Okay, this isn't.
Yeah, I'm getting the same problem as I had before with it saying the server's full. No, it's clearly not. Hopefully within the next half hour we will have some racing for you.
Hopefully today we'll have some racing for you.
So, still don't seem to be getting in. Do we know if the servers...
Hey guys, this is David. There's gonna be a password. It's ERA in capitals.
Okay, so that's some outside information there, but it looks like we're going to have a server reset and hopefully everything will be back to normal.
Okay, David, while you're here, how do you think your qualifying went?
Say that again, please. I didn't hear you.
Okay, are you happy with how your qualifying went?
I definitely improved from my practice times, so yes, I am happy. And I did
Yeah.
end up using a full tank. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to it's always good to have personal best in quali.
Yeah. Being I haven't ran very many laps, just haven't had much time with everything else that's going on in my life, so I'm happy I've gotten down to a 101. I mean a 201. Not the greatest, but maybe by the end of the day I'll end up being down in the 159 rates.
So one question. You know that there is the top 10 reverse grid. Do you think you could be a part of that? Do you think you could get in the top 10 for race 2 and then be near the front for race 3?
Well, I think I possibly could become a top 10. I'm not gonna say I will, but anything can happen. I mean, it's Snetterton, the BMW 90s. I think it'll be a very dramatic race, so there's a chance I could, yes.
So that's yeah, great. So good luck. I hope it goes well for you.
Good luck, David.
Alright, thank you guys, and I am very happy that you all are broadcasting our series.
Yeah. Thank you for
Well-
allowing us to.
You're welcome.
David does a lot of hard work for ERA, so it's good to see him out there enjoying himself and doing good, actually, setting some competitive lap times. But now we're actually back in the server, and we're going to have a quick, looks like everyone's just going to give everyone an opportunity to join, and then hopefully we will bring you maybe a slight warm-up and then a race. But sorry, having a few problems here, but it will be sorted out in due course.
We're just watching Scott Ring. He's a new driver to ERA as well, I believe. I haven't seen him race in the Skoda series anyway.
There's new well, racing as an independent, but it'll be interesting
Yep.
to see how he gets on. Good thing about having new drivers is we have no idea, how competitive they're going to be, if they're going to be at the front or near the back. So it's all just a waiting game. We have to wait and see. But we could have some, we might have some major breakthroughs here. Some new drivers coming through and really
Like
making a mark. Like
Lindstruser.
Lindstruser, exactly. He qualified very well, didn't he?
Yeah. And also Tommy Ajala, although many drivers here who are racing here have known Tommy Ajala for many years. But this is his first race in ERA.
We're just hoping that the server doesn't crash during the race here, and hope for the best. But we have, if you're seeing some cars on the track, that right now that's just a quick warm up while everyone rejoins the server, and then we should.
We're just watching
should
pole
be.
sitter. Pole sitter Tommy Lee.
Hopefully the qualifying results have saved, so we can actually get the proper grid order. And if not, there might be a couple of minutes of organisation to get all the people in the right grid slots. And we are going to have a warm up lap in this series, so don't be surprised if you see drivers going slowly.
Are we?
Yeah, it looks like the rules seem to say we're having a warm up lap.
Okay, so wait, let me just. I don't know if we're doing quali again. Well, just in qualifying.
Looks like we
sessions now.
are. Mike Bell says I think we're doing quali again, so it looks like we're going to have 10 minutes of qualifying once again. So it's a real shame for Tom Ely, who was our original pole sitter, and all the guys that did good laps there. Gives other men like Chris Butcher a chance to set a quicker lap time. So sorry about all these delays, but we're going to have an extra 10 minutes of quali.
Yep, by the way, yeah, well, according to what I've just read, there is going to be a formation lap.
Yep.
Even though from what I've just heard a few hours ago, there isn't, so...
Yeah, it looks like on the rules there is going to be, so I think we'll run on that just now. I'll just... I think there should be anyway, and if not, we'll be able to tell by the cars going way too fast.
If there's a crash, then we'll know it's a formation lap.
Yeah, and if all the cars leave at the same time, we'll know it's not.
Okay, yeah, so sadly for many other drivers, we are doing quali again. As a commentator and a cameraman, I don't really mind too much, but it's still quite fun though, the race that we had last time.
Yeah, the drivers get an extra 10 minutes of qualifying practice, so they get used to the setup, so in some ways it's an advantage. For all the drivers who, like Eric DeVite, who had troubles with mismatches, they might get another chance to join.
Yeah, so we're just currently watching
good.
Tommy Lee. He's behind one of the THR cars. I think that's V Miller. as it's slightly darker green than Butcher's green.
Robert does a great job with the skins with Shark Skin
Yeah,
Company.
I've said this multiple times.
Yep, there's a lot of credit for it. Like, not all the drivers are out on track. Matt Richards is out on track warming his tyres at the moment. He'll be looking. What do you think his target will be? I think it'll be a top 15 or maybe a top 10 he'll be aiming for.
Who's this?
Matt Richards.
I think a top 15.
We've seen him be really competitive in some of the races from the various Touring Pro Series leagues, but he's not always competitive. And you see him, he's really quick some weeks and
so we've got
near
the
the middle.
pole sitter. Well, the previous pole sitter anyway, just starting his lap with 8 minutes to go. Well, Wiesemuller should get a slipstream for part of this lap, and obviously Wiesemuller was second, so we're first and second, very close together on the track currently, just going into turn 1. Let's just sort of go on board.
Healy can he hit the apex for the hairpin? He seems to hit the apex.
Oh, just about.
Just coming out
just
wide.
About.
Good exit from Tom Healy, so that's going to give him a good run to the next straight. Got Mike Bell in front of him, but it's quite a big gap, so hopefully that won't be an advantage or a disadvantage.
Well, if you
nice
have Mike Bell in
there.
front of you, if you have Mike Bell in
Anything
front of you, it
can
is a major disadvantage.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, and it usually does.
So he's braking for Agostini. He looks like I think he's hit the apex there. He's definitely hit the late one as he comes out, and he's got a good exit from there.
Yeah,
so it
and
looks like a clean
Hamilton.
lap from Tom. Not too, what I'm looking for, extravagant, but very clean and tidy.
Yeah, Hamilton there. That is probably
he's
the
run
hardest
wide.
corner. Oh my god. That's going to allow Wiesemuller to slightly overtake him.
Yeah. So now Wiesemuller's got Mike Bell in front of him.
Although, at least Healy can get a slipstream from Wiesemuller next lap.
Yep. So it's, we don't know if this is tactical, but I'm guessing not. Because Tom Healy, his lap will be won't really count because he's made that mistake, but he will get more opportunities with 6 minutes to go qualifying. Definitely puts the pressure on.
Is there anyone else who's just finishing a lap other than Wiesemuller?
Have a look. Look like there's not many drivers. Tommy Oyala's actually coming around the final turn, but I'm not 100% sure if he's on a hot lap. He might be on an out lap. Definitely coming through the final turn anyway. So Bradley, I'll give an onboard lap of Tommy Oyala if he's going to hot lap now.
Yep.
Sure. If that's him starting his lap. No, that's him completing a lap.
Oh no,
actually.
no,
He's on a 56.22.
Well, I think I'd rather do on board with Tommy Healy, considering that he was fastest in the previous session and practice.
And he's starting a lap now.
Wiesemuller second, so we have Jala first, Wiesemuller second, Healy third, but he went off obviously. So 3 drivers have set laps.
Tommy Healy coming into the Adelaide hairpin now.
It's quite amazing. Look at this. We've already got almost half of the session already done, and we've only had we've just had 3 laps done, but we've now got Twite and Butcher just doing laps. Twite moves into third, Butcher fourth, and we had one of the ADR cars in 7th. Richard 6th, Booker Clinch 7th. So now 8 drivers out there.
Yeah, so it's good for Eric Tveit to be able to join without the mismatches and actually get a competitive time in because he's looking quick with a 56.
Yeah.
8 or 6.
Scott Ring 9th. Who's 6th? Again, another. So that is a pretty good performance from ADR now. We've got another of their drivers in 4th now. We also have JJ Wang in 7th. Yeah, that's he's referred to as JJ Wang, but he could also be known as Zhuanzhen Wang.
Yep.
Oh, and look at this, he is going to get a very good slipstream from Wiesemuller on this back straight. Meanwhile, Lindströ's a 4th, as he beats Lennon by 0.04 of a second.
Looks like Tom Healy's on course for a good lap here because he's got a big slipstream from Wiesemuller, which will make a difference up to a couple of tenths of a second.
Obviously,
heading to the chicane. Oh, he's
wide.
No.
Oh, he nearly lost it.
Held
That's
it together.
harmed him.
They have lost the advantage again from the slipstream there, but he's now coming through the bomb hole down into the final turn. And he's still going to get an advantage from the slipstream on the final straight. Like him and Wiesemuller are taking alternative lines there through some of the turns. And Ely gets it turned in nicely. Perfect apex for the final turn and a brilliant exit. So Ely really did nail that last turn. And will it be good enough? Pole position. Original pole. Heading down the home straight. He's going to cross the line now. And he does a 1 minute 56.6. 155.6, sorry. So that puts him in the original pole.
Wiesemuller improved in front of him. Wiesemuller into second. Ely into first. Jala down to third. So actually, the top three is exactly the same as before.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing from Tommy Lee, he definitely looks like the man to beat at the moment. Chris Butcher doesn't seem. Oh, just speak of Chris Butcher, he's set pole position. I was about to say he's not anywhere to be seen and he needs to get a move on, but he's just done a 55-1. Tommy Lee will not be happy about that. Fantastic lap by Chris Butcher for THR.
Well, that's all what they wanted then. You know, they had second, third and fifth. For any normal team, that would be one of the best results you could ever have. But THR, they want that pole position, they want the wins, they want the championships, because they have the drive for quality to do that.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if Tommy Lee can respond to that. And I think he definitely has the ability, and he's...
Oh no, Butcher! No, sorry, no, wait. Oh no, sorry, no, it doesn't matter. There was a small change due to a new driver that popped up in the standings.
Yeah, and it looks like new driver Stephen Kelman's just finally managed to join the server, get his problem sorted out, so that's good news. But we're following Tommy Lee going down the back straight. Tommy Lee might be on a hot lap here, and he really does want to respond to Butcher. And the way this is looking so far, it looks like Chris Butcher and Tommy Lee might have a fantastic battle for the win, or for the lead of these races, but it's early days yet.
Okay.
As Tommy Lee always late under brakes, is he going to run wide? No, he's held it.
Are you watching twice?
Tommy Lee, sorry. And he's coming through the bomb hole. That was perfect through the chicane. He seemed to get he was braking late, but he seemed to get it turned in really nicely and hit the apex perfectly.
Okay, I'm just trying to find him.
Yeah, so sorry you can't see him, but Tommy Lee coming around through the last chicane now. If he's on a hot lap, that is, but it definitely looks hot to me.
He must be, because he's been out there for all the time. He hasn't come into the pit since the start of the session.
And he's about to cross the line, so can he respond to Chris Butcher's 55-1? I don't have split times, but we're going to see as he crosses the line now. He's done a 55-5, so he's still 4/10 off.
He improved by less than a tenth of a second, but he needed to improve by half a second. So I've just noticed, but I think Butcher's pole lap is actually slightly quicker than Ely's previous lap before the server restarted. So it's very close anyway, because I believe Ely did a 55-1. Butcher's obviously now done a 55-1, so they're similar paced. Before this event, you won't know this, but I did predict Butcher to win 2 races and Svite to win 1. And this was actually before I even knew Ely was racing, so...
I'm looking at the Green Flags award predictions. Bradley seems to be quite good at predicting. Unless
I got
I'm
11
pretty
out
sure.
of 11 predictions for the awards.
For the awards, but I'm pretty sure he had the results in front of him.
Did you get best rookie? I can't remember.
No, I came second.
Oh, poor you. Right, so who else on track? Is Wiesemler on track? No, he isn't. Is Butcher on track? Yes, he is. So Butcher's out there just in case someone such as Tom Ely or Tommy Ajala suddenly puts in a very good lap together. He's currently
Butcher's
on the warm-up lap
though.
as he's warming up his tyres, he's warming up his brakes, and Lennon goes 5th, Lindström goes 6th, so they have been very close throughout the whole of this session. So it'd be interesting to see if the Lennon and Lynn can race throughout this event.
Looking forward to that one already.
Yeah, Prod has actually split the 2 ADR guys. ADR very closely matched.
Yeah, but Chris Butcher, it's just proving that how much qualifying is about the pressure. So you've got Tommy Lee, who sets a fantastic lap in his first qualifying, only to be snatched away from him, and the pressure showing as he's a bit slower than he was. But Chris Butcher, at an awful qualifying, wants to take the most of this second opportunity, and he is doing.
Okay, it's gonna be. Well, I believe this is an out lap because it hasn't been the best of laps, or if it is, then I don't think he's going to get another chance. There's only, there's now about 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go, he's not going to make it. And Ely's
started a lap.
Another good lap, but it's not enough.
Oh, and he's lost it. Ely, no, in his last lap, Tom Ely has lost the back end. It's turn 1, and he's going to have to pit. Oh, that's a disaster for Tom Ely.
And by the way, no, Butcher's over, but I think Butcher should get pole because I would be very surprised if someone such as Tommy Ajala can do anything to beat him.
Because Butcher seemed to crash in the chicane there. I missed that. I was watching Ely.
Yeah, he just spun on the exit and he just parks it, or at least slows up. So
any drivers? Lennon's on a lap. Gary Lennon, if there's any drivers on a lap. He's got a big gap to Tommy Ayala in front of him, exactly 0.6 of a second. He needs to improve if he wants to beat Tommy Ayala.
Yep,
but he's also got Lindström. Lindström's are right behind Gary Lennon on track.
Oh. Huh. Mike Bell has gone into 20th position. He'll be very pleased with that.
Yeah, so that's Lennon coming into the final turn now. He's got JJ Wang in front of him, and he's got Benjamin Lindström behind him on track. So these 3 drivers, all the top 15.
I think he lost a tiny bit of momentum at the final corner. He got a bit squirrely on the curb. Lindström has abandoned his lap, and it's improved, I think. But he hasn't improved his position.
Yeah, he's improved half a second, but no positions gained,
Yeah.
so he's still got a top 5 unless
Here's
anyone
Tveit on track and Tveit
fights
off
off.
track. That was perfect.
Just
timing.
as we
Tveit
cut
on
to
track
him.
and Tveit's off track. Johnson's not in. Is that Van der Velde or Van der Ven? No idea. Perard on track.
Perard
He
just crossed the
finished his
line.
lap.
It was an outlap though. Any other
Finlay
drivers? Looks like
Struze,
Scott Ring,
Christian Struze goes into 20th ahead of Mike Bell.
who won't be happy about that.
While
It looks like
Struze-
Scott Ring. Scott Ring's on a lap, but he's had a bit of a problem there in the chicane.
I think that's it. Oh, no, yeah, we have Scott Ring finishing and Struze has ended. No, Scott Ring is about to abandon his lap. Yeah, he does, and that is it.
And
I don't
please
think
let's
anyone else
not
is
have
on
any
track.
server. Let's not have any server crashes this time.
No one else is on the lap. Oh, wait, who's this? Is this Nanan?
Nope, not
No,
none.
Kyle Young.
But
Kyle
he did
Young
miss
is
the start line.
rather experienced here at ERA, but he doesn't seem to be that quick in these cars. He's currently 24th in the session. Let's see if he can actually do any better. David Nannon's in 25th, so a 4 results currently for him. We talked to him after the previous qualifying session, and he was happy with. Oh no, Kyle Young, he didn't. I think he. Oh no, I've got a problem. That's not good.
Well, I'm still on the server at the moment, and that's just
Yeah, it's just me,
session's
it's just me.
finished. Okay, so
Okay,
that's the
so-
session finished. And
That's,
I'll run
that's
quick
a-
run through the again.
We'll,
like it.
Okay, I'll try and
Sorry.
get the. I'll try and get the footage back up as soon as possible. Just
Yeah,
had
so-
a game crash.
We've lost the broadcast for just now, well, the picture, but I will, if we still got audio, I will give the times for the qualifying, not the time, sorry, the positions for the qualifying.
Yeah, you do that.
So, got Chris Butcher for THR taking the pole, a bit, could say he didn't deserve it, but then again, in second qualifying, he most certainly did with a fantastic lap to take pole position, so making amends for his poor quali 1. Tom Ely will be disappointed with second. He did have pole position, and he's had to settle for second. Robert Wiesenmuller, Chris Butcher's teammate, sitting in third. So THR, 2 of them in the top 3, so they'll be happy enough with that. Tommy Oyala, great job in the independent, taking 4th place, ahead of Gary Lennon, who's the quickest ice cold driver in 5th. Benjamin Lindstruzer, a great job in 6th. Him and Gary Lennon have been so close throughout qualifying. And as has Eric DeVite in 7th, also an ice cold racing driver. So Gary and Eric.
Okay, can you just slow up it? I'm just going to go with James, just going to have a look at James Johnson. Just going to get into position so all cars are shown, and then you can go through the rest of the grid. So we're just in a 5-minute warm-up session. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so
And the footage is back. There we go. So there's James Johnson's black and white car. No, we are not in the 1950s. We are in the, the teenies, as you may say.
that's not how I would describe them, but anyway. Eric DeVite qualified 7th. It looks like, Benjamin Lindstruzer's left the game, but he will be rejoining hopefully. So Eric DeVite in 7th on the grid, and he's one of the youngest drivers in the series, whereas Gary Lennon's one of the oldest. So a good match for ice cold racing. And they're 5th and 7th. So James Johnson is starting 8th for THR, with David Van der Venne in 9th, top ADR driver it looks like. Not far ahead of Andy Van der Velde. So a lot of inter-team battles going to be on here. THR only one car splits them and one car splits ice cold.
Yeah, so yeah, Sam Prague he will be in 10th once if Lindstruzer comes back. Then we have Van der Veen. No, sorry. Van der Velde, sorry. Yeah, not. Van der Veen isn't even the correct name, I think.
We're
Oh,
gonna
Nally,
have to
that's
struggle
quite
with
a good.
that one.
I've just noticed a very good qualifying performance by Scott Sover. 11th position. That's not bad. That really isn't bad for Scott.
in Bradley's team there, he's being a team manager and a
No, I'm
commentator and a
serious. That's
cameraman.
actually, no, seriously, as a commentator, that is actually quite a good result for Scott. He's actually managed to finish qualifying.
Very good result. That's 11th, and that puts him in contention. If he kind of finishes the same way as he qualifies, and we have a few problems up front, that could put him in position for a good.
Then we have the
starting
new.
grid.
Sorry. Then we have another new. Not another, but then we have JJ Wang. He's in 12th, so he's in the same area, about that 10th position. But that's useless. That is absolutely useless for this race. It's that's for the race 2. Then we have Richards in 13th. For some reason, his lap time being named, if you'll see. Just try and ignore that. 14th we have David Carter. So again, another inter-team battle.
And another one behind that.
Yeah, Olga Clint in the sort of manga BMW, and then we have Fernandez who's in the Spanish BMW, the blue, yellow, and blue, yellow, reddy, orange.
Tell you, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. We've got 2 Surreal Illusions and 2 Optimum Sim Racing guys, all within 13
they're,
to 16.
yeah, they're best friends.
Fireworks will start, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, then we have Brendan Russo, 17th. He has raced in the Skoda series before. He's had some reasonable results. He's had some top 10s. Then we have Scott Ring, newcomer, I think. Christian Struth in 19th in that very striking livery. Very striking livery, to say the least. Purpley lightning strikes. 20th.
I like it.
Who's 20th? That's Mike Bell. No?
Yeah, Mike Bell. He doesn't. I don't think he's set a competitor lap. Yeah, it looks like he's a nice cold racing, but it's showing as in the default car. That was very confusing.
Okay, well in 21st we have Carl Jung. There in the sort of blue, red, and grey Sinti container dot Denmark car. He's not Danish. Then we have David Nannon, one of the admins of ERA. 23rd.
Bastian Betan shirt, it looks like.
Okay, 24th. Hard for me to actually know all these. 24th.
Eric Alves, I believe, in
there
20,
we go. Eric Alves.
It's 25th though.
Now Eric, he is a name to watch out for. He in the recent Skoda race at Watkins Glen, he actually got pole. He actually got pole in the opening race, but he actually jump started, so he had a penalty.
Oh no, I've been there before.
Yeah.
That rounds out our grid, I think.
We have someone in 26th. It's hard for me to tell though because I can only see the top 25 drivers.
Sim Race TV. So we've got the broadcaster qualifying a fantastic 26th position.
Oh, that was brilliant. It's amazing. Simrace.tv, they're so consistent.
I know, they always qualify at the back, but they're consistent in it.
So, look at this, Van der Velde, Van der Venne. Look at this. Oh, don't look at that. I don't think they'll want you to look at them spinning.
Oh. Well, some warm-up entertainment, but we've only got 30 seconds left before we will be gridding for the formation lap for what is round 1 of the brand new ERA E90 Euro series. So I'm absolutely, I'm incredibly excited for what's about to happen.
Ooh. Well, what are your predictions for big?
Let the announcer read that out, but I think Tom Ely and Chris Butcher are going to have an absolutely fantastic battle up front. I'm seriously, I have no opinions on who I want to win, but I think Tom Ely's going to have the edge. Chris Butcher did a very quick qualifying, but it did look like Ely was more consistently quick in practice, and he did get the original pole position. So I think those two are going to have an absolutely fantastic battle, and it could last the whole series. Robert Riesenmiller looking competitive, but what are your predictions, Bradley?
I think it's going to be an all-out fight between Ely and Butcher. I think, a few hours ago I said Butcher.
Couldn't agree more.
Ely is not someone you want to be messing with. So here we are, we got the red lights on.
The formation lap.
They are... Wait, no, this is the proper start. No, sorry, it isn't.
Sorry.
So no, yeah.
Predictable.
No,
it doesn't look like they're racing.
No, we are racing.
We are racing, and Riesenmiller's down the inside of Ely.
Where?
What's down the inside of Ely?
No, now I'm very confused because I think some people are going quickly and some people are going much slowly.
And Butcher spun it, and Riesenmiller's hit him. We do not know if this is the race start or not, but we've had Ely and Butcher. Ely and Butcher having problems
as well, and we got Yara leading.
Chaos! I was told that there was a formation lap. It looks like
I think most people have been told there's formation lap. Well, yeah, no, it's definitely no. This is definitely the race. So we got Yara.
Our two top men.
What?
Ely and Butcher have both spun out on turn 2,
yeah.
It looks like. So we've got a fantastic race now with Eric Tveit and Tommy Oyala.
And then we have, okay, so with Jarlett, Tveit, Lennon, Lindstruzer, and I think, is that, who is that in 5th?
Riesenmiller. It's just Duke and Lindstruzer though.
Riesenmiller also got involved in the opening lap shenanigans he had to avoid Butcher and Ely. Anyway, let's get back to the front.
So Chris Butcher...
Oh, I've got to say, Tveit and Najala, they've been long-time friends. They've been teammates many a time, but this time they aren't. They're racing against each other.
It's going to be exciting. They both look quick in qualifying. And Tveit, who thought he wasn't going to be able to start the race about 20 minutes ago, is now fighting for the lead with Tommy Oyala. Who would have thought? But we definitely have a race underway. I'm sorry for all this confusion, but it's not our fault. Can't be helped. We haven't been given some of the information, it looks like. But Gary Lennon and Eric Tveit, so the Ice Cold Racing are sitting in fantastic position here. So we've got Gary to run a shotgun for Eric, and Oyala is right in front of him. So we could have a fantastic race. See if Ely can make his way back up to the grid, but he's got Wiesenmuller ahead of him. And obviously Chris Butcher down to 10th. So that was drama at the start.
It looks like my prediction of not only a Butcher win, but also a Butcher and Ely battle has just gone out the window.
And mine as well.
What position are they in anyway?
Chris Butcher's in 10th, I believe, and it looks like, Ely's 6th, Wiesenmuller 4th, and Butcher 10th.
Okay,
and he's
so
now alongside with Scott Sovic. Butcher's on the grass, Scott Sovic's pushing him onto the grass. So they're side by side, and he's going to go around the outside into turn 1. And it looks like he's going to make the move stick. Sovic's down the inside. It's so close. Oh, he's giving him a slip tap, but Butcher's got away with it.
Chris Butcher.
Oh, and Lindstruser's run wide.
No, the contact. No, what's that ahead? Is that Lindstruser?
Yeah, it is Lindstruser, and he's hit Perard. And you can already see fantastic action going on here with Chris Butcher. Trying to fight his way back. He's taken both of them. He's taken 3 cars in the course of 2 corners.
And yeah, there was also a bit of contact between one of the default cars and Scott Sovic. And now he's going down the inside of the mail. They just got around through the corner. Lindstruser's in the British car, and Perard's in the German car.
Yeah.
You know, that does not necessarily represent nationality though.
No, it's the default skins, unfortunately. It does look like we're going to have a fantastic race in our hands. It wasn't the one we expected. I was expecting a ding-dong battle between... Oh, what's happened?
No, sorry, okay, so we got, Wiesenmuller's closed in on Lennon, so there's a small battle for 3rd. Ajala's able to get away from Tveit.
Tommy Oyala might just win this race. Still a long way to go though. So we have Tommy Lee, probably got the most pace out of everyone in the field, sitting 5th, with Wiesenmuller ahead of him, who's one of the other quickest guys. Then you've got Gary Lennon, who was competitive but not quite as quick. Eric Tveit, who was behind him. Eric Tveit's right behind Oyala. We want to follow the lead battle here, Bradley, because Oyala has been caught by Eric Tveit. I don't know if we made a mistake or Eric was fast, but it looks like there could be a fantastic battle about to unfold in front of our eyes. It's almost like a reverse grid in the top 5.
Behind, we've got Wiesenmuller and Lennon very close together, but they haven't, no overtake. Ajala able to defend very well so far.
Well, Wiesenmuller's got a good exit though on Gary Lennon. He's going to be in the slipstream down this home straight. Can he pull out of the slipstream? Can he take 3rd place from Gary Lennon? Wiesenmuller he's looking to the inside. Is he going to make the move under braking? He's alongside him. It looks like he is. And he's, is there action out front? Tveit is right up behind Oyala. Is Tveit going to make a move into the Adelaide hairpin? He's gone to the inside. He's braking late. He's going to be alongside Oyala. Oh, there's a bit of contact, and Eric Tveit is taking the lead here.
That was a perfect move. That was an absolutely perfect move. That was touring car racing.
Oyala's coming back.
We've got Wiesenmuller into 3rd.
Oyala's coming back down the inside. And they're side by side. This is fantastic already. Not the 2 we expected, but 2 fast Scandinavians. Tveit is off in the grass. He regains it. He's still almost alongside Oyala.
Well, and as you're talking about the 2 that we expected, they are moved
again.
up. Oh,
sorry, Bradley.
What a move. Oh no! Ooh. Well, they've
sorry to interrupt.
made it on track.
But what great racing we've already had.
Hmm?
Just saying how good the racing's been so far.
Yeah, and this is only 5 minutes of this first race. We have 3 races.
And he's down the inside. Is he gonna? Oh, they're both mid contact. Oh yeah, it's on the grass. Tveit has come back on.
You know, okay. You know who's really benefiting from this?
Yep.
Everybody else. Wiesenmuller, Lennon, they're all in, and so are the viewers. You know, I think they're being benefited from brilliant action.
My voice is going to crack many times through this. I'm going to need some drink. I mean, we're how far are we into this race? Hardly any laps gone, and we've already had incredible action. I don't know how I'm going to survive this. But Oyala, Wiesenmuller's in 3rd now, and he's probably the quickest out of these 3.
Yeah,
so we've got reverse order.
Turn 1. Ely has moved up into 5th, and Butcher's in 7th, just behind his teammate Johnson. 3 THR cars in the top 7, and Ajala's going to be overtaken by Wiesenmuller, it looks like. They're going to the final corner. Wiesenmuller, will he dive down the inside?
Oh, he's run wide, he's run wide. He's now got, he's got the cutback, you see.
Oh, that was
and this is all going to help Tveit.
Yeah, that was textbook, and now Lennon, so Lennon's going to move into 3rd position, it looks like. So Ajala's going to drop from 1st to 4th in the space of half a lap.
If I could replace my bet from earlier, I'm going to say that Robert Wiesenmuller is probably the favourite now. Ely is in 5th, but
oh no, Ajala's losing it! Oh, Large.
Oh, Lennon Oyala! And Tom Ely's going to come down the inside, so Tom Ely's, suddenly he's back in the frame. He's not far behind Wiesenmuller. I think this race could come down to Ely versus Wiesenmuller, because we know Ely's the quickest, Wiesenmuller's one of the quickest, and Eric Tveit is slightly off. He's still definitely one of the quicker drivers, and he was top 10 in qualifying, but he doesn't have that outright winner's pace, it looks like.
Oh, we got
We'll have
that
to see.
for 5th. Ely, Johnson, Butcher, so 2 of the guys that we expected to be racing at the front are now racing together for 5th position. Still not that bad, but they would have been wanting to fight for the top 2
There goes Chris
positions,
Butcher.
definitely. Oh, Johnson, that may have been team orders, but it was clean. It was clean anyway.
Bit too clean
Butcher,
for touring car racing.
Ely a bit loose. Going into the right-hander, Oggies.
Oh, so we're going to have Butcher versus Ely, but it's going to be for 5th place instead of 1st. And this is what you're about to see here with Butcher and Ely is probably what you say touring cars is all about. And Reese and Mueller's still a little bit behind Tveit. Oyala, there's a bit of a gap developing here. 2 seconds between Tveit in 1st and Oyala 3rd. Gary Lennon has dropped a bit back, so it has spread out a bit. But Ely and Butcher, the 2 men we said were going to have a fantastic fight. As Butcher's down the inside into the chicane, they're going side by side. He's made the move. Is he going to run wide on exit?
Oh, that was a super move. Oh no, but now Butcher's off. But
Fantastic.
no,
And there
Ely
goes James
could-
Johnson on Ely.
Oh, Johnson. Johnson's down the inside. Oh, that's brilliant there from THR, gaining 2 positions at once. Ely's been outdone by THR. He actually used to be a part of THR for THR Nocturne, but not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, and he's hit the back of Johnson though, so that's a bit of revenge. But I don't think Johnson did anything wrong there. He did a textbook move, but he's back
Johnson nearly
through.
lost control into Ely there. As a
Ely is back through.
slap of the race, 56.0. He's getting away from Wiesemuller.
Oh,
Johnson's
should
looking
we
for
have?
revenge. Johnson's going down the inside. No.
No, Tommy Lee's got
He's
him
going to look
covered.
slightly further back. We have a battle for 8th and 9th between 2 default cars, Perard and Lindstruther.
Yeah, so we're going to see if Perard can make a move.
Especially, I'd say Lindstruther's really shocked many people there by being in the top 8.
Yeah, but Perard wasn't too far up the grid in the Sim Racing Online Championship either, and he seems to be giving a good show as well. Scott Sovic, Optimum Sim Racing's top driver at the moment, in 10th place.
Well,
And,
he's staying on track now. He hasn't crashed out.
You know, he did have some action earlier on with Chris Butcher, but that's all part of touring car racing. And it looks like Tveit, the man who had a few mismatches earlier on, looked like he wasn't even going to be able to start the race. But if he was,
Lennon and Butcher. This is for
Okay.
4th position, so just outside the podium.
and Oyala's
Great
run
for
wide
Butcher to
ahead
get
of them.
back.
There he
So
goes.
Butcher's gone from about 10th to 4th now. He's on the inside into the back straight.
And he's made
And
a
that's a
stick.
clean move. Just watching
But
on
Gary
board
Lennon's
from
going to
Lennon.
come back though. Lennon's going to come back. He's got a good slipstream here. Is he going to make a move down into the inside of the chicane? Chris Butcher is probably the quicker driver on this track at the moment, but no, Lennon's taking the sensible option, not made a crazy move down the inside, and that's great driving by Gary Lennon there. He knows that Butcher's going to have more pace and is probably going to repass him, so why waste both of their time and just let Butcher get on with it?
Yep.
Because Tom Ely's the
now-
man behind him.
Yes, so now with 5 minutes to go. Johnson dropping back from Ely now.
I've just noticed that Tom Ely, the man who we thought was probably going to either dominate this race or have a great battle for the lead anyway, he's actually dropped back from where he was. He's down in 6th place, 5 seconds behind. He was 2 seconds behind, so he's dropped 3.5 seconds from Tveit in overall
I
time.
think it's his consistency, because he just made a mistake at the exit from the corner, and look at Johnson, he's all over the back of him now.
Yeah.
Just for half a second.
Oh, but Reese Moore's last lap was, he did a quicker lap, not by much at all, but a quicker lap than Tveit nonetheless. And all we need is a slight mistake from Eric Tveit, and Reese Muller could be right on him, because Reese Muller was quicker in
Johnson's
quali.
on the outside. Johnson's trying to get a better run now into the infield section.
But Tveit has got the fastest lap of the race so far with a 156.0.
Now, one thing I've noticed that ADR have not had a good race yet. One of the drivers in 11th, and the other ones had some sort of incident. He might have got involved in the Butcher Ely parade at the opening 2 turns. But
Yeah,
either way, one of the drivers hasn't been able to get up the field, and the other one's dropped way back.
Yeah, but David van der Venne's got a big bash in his rear bumper as well, so he's obviously been hit by someone. And we've got Eric Tveit. How quick is he? It's be interesting to see if he can close away from, get away from Riesenmuller. But Riesenmuller did look quicker. But Tveit, as I say, has got the fastest lap of this race so far, and they seem to be lapping about the same at the moment. They've got 4 or 5 laps still to go.
Do you think Butcher can capitalise on overtaking others quickly and now getting to 3rd position ahead of Ajala?
I think he can. If you look at his last lap time, it was a 56.0, which is on par with Tveit's fastest lap. And Oyala is only lapping, he's a second slower at the moment, so Butcher I think can get on the podium, Tommy Oyala is not an easy man to pass, and he will fight back, as we've seen earlier with Eric DeVite. But I think he can get a podium out of this. And do you think is it too early for team orders with THR? I think Wiesenmüller is too far ahead, and I don't think they'd do something like that.
No. I think Wiesenmüller and Butcher, they can both fight for the championship. Arguably Butcher is faster, but we saw Wiesenmüller. He qualified very high. Oh, there's a car in the pits.
Wiesenmüller was.
I think that was a lap car.
Thank goodness for
Butcher
that.
fastest lap. I'd be very surprised if THR do any sort of team orders with Wiesenmüller and Butcher. It's the opening race of the season, so you can't, you can't tell now if one is going to be fighting for the championship and the other one isn't.
Exactly.
If this was like one of the final rounds, they're not going to understand that. But if you're going to do that as the first round, then I wouldn't really call that teamwork.
No, but I mean, although Chris has generally got more pace than Robert, or did in this qualifying and practice.
Oh, we got that for fifth. Sorry, but we got Lennon, Ely, and Johnson. They've all closed in. So Lennon's dropped back. He was third, and now he's going to be fifth, sixth, or seventh, it seems, as we go into these finals.
He's down the inside. Johnson's down the inside, but Ely's closed him off. I'd be surprised if Ely dropped more positions. He's had so much pace earlier on, and James Johnson, the man who didn't have that strong a qualifying, and he's always been fast, but not quite the top of the table, whereas Ely was right up there, and Johnson seems to be closing in on Ely, if anything. But Lennon's run wide, and that's Ely and Lennon side by side, and Lennon's going to lose 2 positions here, because James Johnson, if Johnson can get down the inside, but he's not going to do anything stupid there, but now they've got the big backstretch, so it's going to be very interesting in 2 corners time to see which of these drivers gets out in front.
We got down for third, Butcher.
Oh yeah, Butcher on Ayala. You keep an eye on that.
As I thought.
I'll keep an eye on the Lennon looking at Ely, but it doesn't look like it. James Johnson looking very dangerous right behind them.
No.
Need to capitalise on any mistakes, which he can do. But that does look like Tom Ely's made a position there up to 5th, and it really is, this race so far has been damage limitation for Ely. After spinning out in the second corner along with Chris Butcher, he's just stayed in his tail, and he's only going to drop 1 or 2 points to Chris Butcher in this round.
I don't really know what happened. I think they both just sort of braked too late for the opening turn. Butcher definitely braked too late, as he was on his own and he just lost control went onto the grass.
But we really can't take away from the fact that DeVite's got the fastest lap, and his fastest lap is half a second quicker than Tom Ely.
I've got to go to that third. Wiesenmüller's right on the back of DeVite as well. So we've got 3 major battles now. We've got 3 major battles. We've got the battle for first, we've got the battle for third, and then we got the battle for 5th.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's like tandem racing. It looks like the closest Butcher's right on the back of Oyala. I don't think Lennon will get Ely, because Ely has a quicker pace, but Butcher on Oyala, the quicker man, or it looks like the quicker man is behind, but we can never underestimate Tommy Oyala. Very understated.
I don't think Wiesenmüller's going to be doing anything as well.
But there goes Butcher down the inside. Tommy Oyala squeezes him onto the inside.
No,
Butcher's going to lose out here.
Did he lose positions? No.
No, Tom Ely's a mile back.
Track just about.
But something I've noticed from Tom Ely is Tom Ely's fastest lap is half a second slower than Eric DeVite, and we're busy saying how Tom Ely and Chris Butcher look like they're going to dominate this race, and Eric DeVite's just been so quick out front, putting in the lap times, and is he possibly now...
Well, but obviously Ely's had to go through traffic.
Yeah, I mean, we can't say...
Vite's been on his own now for most of the race since Ajala dropped back, and he's just had clear air.
But we can't say from the first race what's going to unfold in the championship, but we can get an idea of who's looking really quick, and it looks like Eric DeVite is right on the pace at the moment.
Wiesenmüller's on the back now, he's final 2 corners of the race. And so is Butcher. Butcher's on the back of Ajala. I'm going to have to follow the lead battle though, we have to.
Yeah, it's still possible for Wiesenmüller, but he's running out of corners. He's got 1 corner to go. This is the last lap, I believe. So
no, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything.
Oh, he's gonna go for a dive!
Oh no!
He's almost rolled it! He's almost rolled it! He's lost the back end! Oh, disaster!
Oh,
disaster for Robert Wiesenmüller. He's not helping his teammate.
He's lost this to Tveit and Lennon. Tveit, what a victory there from Tveit. Brilliant win as Ajala. That was a stunning performance by Ajala as well, keeping away Butcher. So that's Ajala in second, Butcher in third. We have... who's in second?
Oyala second, Ely 4th, Guy Lennon finished 5th, and Wiesenmüller all the way down to 7th. Disaster for Robert Wiesenmüller in the last turn. He went for kamikaze.
That was way too much. 8th is Lindström, that's a very good performance there.
Oh, Tom Ely's on his roof.
Oh! 10th is Van der Venne, so Scott Sovic's made a mistake. Sebastian Benteke is 11th. Sovic finishes 12th, ahead of Matt Richards. And Eric Alves, I did say that he'd be one to watch. He's got right from the back of the field. Van der Velde, he retired from the race, as did Diego Montoya. That's what happened to Van der Velde. I think that's Scott. Is that Scott Ring in
Scott
what,
Ring
14th?
finishes in 19th. No, so 14th is Eric Alves. Brendan Russell finishes 15th.
Ah, there we go.
With JJ Wang in
Wang.
16th. Admin Mike,
Mike
Bell
Bell.
having difficulties.
Oh, Mike Bell, that he'd be very disappointed with that, especially with both of his teammates being right up there.
As to David Nannon though, he was down in 20th in the
Yeah,
end.
Christian Shrews was 18th. 19th? Who's 19th?
19th, sorry, is Scott Ring. And David Nannon disappointed down in 20th. Obviously had problems there, finishing
21st?
a long way off.
Is 21st Fernandez?
Alejandro
Yes, he is.
Fernandez.
Carl Young is 22nd. And David Carter is 23rd. I did see David Carter spinning along with Butcher and Ely on the opening lap. Even though I think
Scott
he's still happy
Solveig.
with that if he's going to be flashing his lights.
Scott Solveig, that was one of the most spectacular crashes I've ever seen after a race. That's
Oh,
entertainment
well,
for you.
I didn't see anything.
Multiple cartwheels and then a big flip about 20 feet up in the air.
Ah, that's nothing.
Nothing compared to what we can do on Oran Park. But what would you say that was the best team performance in that race, Bradley?
Well, there's a whole team, or just some of the drivers.
Well, I'd have to say it was Ice Cold. Not as a whole team, but as in Ice Cold Racing.
I was going to say.
2 drivers, top 5.
Yeah, I was going to say because Mike Bell disappointed Ice Cold, but THR they had 3 drivers really helping each other until Wiesemuller made a rookie error. I have to say a rookie error. He was too far back in my opinion. He should have just had second. He was very lucky to have second. And he wasted it all and lost 5 seconds because of it, and not only 5 seconds, but he went down from 2nd to 7th. It's very disappointing.
Oh wait,
Just a few
racing
other
driver's
retirements.
instinct.
Just got to say some of the retirements. We had Orkerklint, Montoya, and Van der Velde. So disappointing for all of those 3, especially Van der Velde. Especially Van der Velde, who qualified quite well.
And we had disconnections as well. Looks like Steve Hellman failed to make the start, and any other drivers. Lee Palmer failed the start. It looks like. So we had a couple of competitive drivers missing the start of that race, which is a real shame. Hopefully they can get back in for race 2, but they'll have to do it from the back of the grid.
So for race 2, the grid positions are going to be the same results as race 1. So not only did Wiesemuller lose 2nd place, but he's also lost 5 positions on the grid.
Yep, but you can't blame him. You can't blame the man for trying. He's gone for a last-minute move, and if it had paid off, it would have been brilliant. And as a racing driver, the instinct is to win the races, and if you want to win, you have to go for these moves. But early on in the season, it really wasn't necessary. I think Robert made a mistake there. He was too far back.
Race recap. I think that was the perfect way for this league to start. We had drama. We had drama at the start with Butcher and Ely spinning. We had fightbacks, we had surprises with Tveit suddenly leading and Ajala getting 2nd place.
Yep, server restarting there, but that race definitely was worth the wait. Sorry about the issues early on, but as you can tell, it definitely was worth it. I think my voice went higher than it ever has before. At one of the points early on, we had Eric Tveit and Tommy Ayala absolutely having a fantastic battle for the lead, swapping positions about 3 times in 3 corners, and it was just a perfect way for the season to start. And Bradley, I don't think we're going to last at this rate. 15 minutes. 3 races, 45 minutes of racing each night, and I don't think we're going to last the whole season.
Man, my throat's already in pain.
I've finished my full glass of water already.
Ugh.
But it looks like Lee Palmer's back in it. He has entered the game again.
Okay, I'm just going to really quickly go and get a drink. I need it.
Fair enough. I'm
in
just
the
getting
next
a
few
refill
minutes,
as well.
I think the grid's going to be set up, and then we should be on to race 2.
Yeah, and while Bradley goes and replenishes his, I don't know what you'd call it, his hydration. That was a fantastic start to the series. Looks like ERA have really put on a good show here. So if you're interested in joining the league, and I don't know if sign-ups are still open, I'm just going to have a quick check. Sign-ups, I'm not sure, but I think it should still be open. And register at Elite Racing Association. Just type that in on Google and I'm sure they'll be the first one that pops up. And you can register for this fantastic E90 Euro series. A lot of good competitive racing in there, and even if you're not as quick a driver, there's still going to be good racing near the back. It doesn't matter on your ability. But I definitely think Ice Cold will be delighted with that result.
I will go in the morning.
Ice Cold definitely will be happy with that. A win for Eric Tveit probably wasn't expected. But it looks like some of the drivers that didn't make the first race, Corey Linton, Stephen Kellman, and some other drivers have rejoined. So that's really good news for them.
Whew. Okay. So grid's been set up, so now we've got 5 minutes warm up. Now, one thing about these short races is that it means that the difference in the cars between quali and race isn't that different. So drivers will push more. They won't have too much fuel on board. They'll be using very similar tyres. No, they'll be pushing, and it is touring car racing. There's only 15 minutes. I said there's only 15 minutes, but compared to other races, which may be 90 minutes, you're going to be taking more risks.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, because it's only 15 minutes, it means the field's going to be closer together. So if you make a risk and it doesn't pay off, then it's going to cost you more.
True. Yeah, because what I found with these races is everyone in the second race is always pushing so much harder, especially from 10th to 15th. If you're starting there in the grid, you're going to be so, you're going to be just one priority is to get into that top 10. And I know what it feels like, finishing in 10th position and getting that pole position is the most, it's fantastic feeling if you've not got the pace. You've not got the pace, but it's such a kind of mystery. You think you have no idea what's going to happen in the race to come, and you just feel so optimistic about it, and it really is a good feeling. And for me, it didn't last. I was down to about 5th on the first turn, then I had a disconnection, so it wasn't the greatest.
There was once in a race where I finished 9th, which meant I was 2nd for the final race. I got a really good start. I was up to 1st, and by the exit of turn 2, I'd gone back down to 10th.
Well, I think throughout this course of the season, me and Bradley will give you enough stories for you to realise why we're commentating and not racing. But anyway, so warm up, 5-minute warm up before we head into race 2.
What stories? What stories have I got?
Well, I think we'll leave it for now because we've got a long season ahead of us, but it's going to be a fantastic one.
Well,
it's going to be a fantastic one.
We got 4 minutes of warm up.
If you can trying to think of reasons why I'm commentating and not driving.
Oh no, I just want to bless everyone with my brilliant commentating. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, it's probably because I talk too much, and the drivers can't stand me driving because I'll be in the TeamSpeak distracting them. So I think I'll stay in the box. I'll stay in. Bradley, we can't stop talking. But yeah, I have to say that there's never going to be a lack of things to talk about because this series already in the first race it's produced absolutely phenomenal racing. We can't just. I know we're just at the moment showing the top 10, but if we have a look further down the grid, you'll find that the racing is just as good and just as competitive, and you'll find some incredible battles all the way throughout the field. So we'll keep a lookout for some of the battles down the back, so you can get a feel for some of the drivers that you may not hear as much about, and not just the guys at the front, but. I think disappointment of that race has got to be Tom Ely at Bradley because I think he finished 4th because Wiesenmueller's problems, but still he was struggling to get up the field, whereas Chris Butcher was originally behind him, 4 positions behind him, managed to finish 3rd.
Yeah, obviously, they managed to limit the damage, Butcher getting podium, and Ely getting through from 10th to 4th. But,
yeah, it was 4th.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that race about for those 2 drivers who have looked the quickest in practice. That was all going to be about damage limitation. And when I saw them spin out in the first lap, and I wasn't sure at the time if it was a warm-up lap or not. But I was thinking, okay, it's going to be interesting to see if they can still take the race win. But I mean, the pace of Eric Tveit, I can't get over the fact that he was half a second quicker than Tom Ely. Traffic or no traffic, I know that obviously you have to take that into consideration. But you can't forget Ely would have had a draft. He may have had drivers, slowing him down, but you can't forget that. Eric Tveit is out there to win it, and you can't, after one race or just after qualifying, you cannot predict who's going to be up there, and that's what we just proved with Eric Tveit. We were almost sure it was going to be Butcher or Ely, and we've shown that any driver can do it.
Okay, so as we've got a couple of minutes, let's talk throughout the rest of the season. So this is a 10 round season, so that's 30 races in total. So okay, so let's just look at some of the tracks that we have on offer. So next week, on the 20th of January, we have round 2, and that is at the Singapore WTCC layout. That's slightly shorter than the F1 layout, but it's still a very tight street circuit. Round 3 is at Thruxton. That is a classic circuit for anyone who has experienced racing in these BMW E90s. Montreal, round 4. Bit of an unusual choice, but it's a street circuit. You got a lot of chicanes. Got that back straight into the Wall of Champions. We shouldn't see if any if any champions do crash out there. Round 5, Mid-Ohio, very similar, very twisty, a lot of corners, not much time to rest. Round 6 is at Nürburgring GP, so you got you got some long straights, but you got tight hairpins. You've got the complex section. It is a classic German track. We go to the final 4 rounds of the season, which are at Croft. That is a British track. It's a very fast track. It's in my opinion, it's one of the best British tracks out there on an airfield. Round 5, sorry, not round 5, round 7. Yellow.
Non-essential personnel now.
Round 5, round 6, round 7. Oh, wait, there's only 9
showing
rounds.
his advanced
actually.
higher mathematics.
No, sorry, there is only 10 rounds. So round 8 is at Barbagello, with the twisty S's in the first sector and the long back straight near the end of the lap. For Riviere, that's going to be one of the classic races of the whole season. A very tight street circuit, even tighter than Singapore Short. But heavy braking zones, chicane near the end of the lap. That is the one to watch. Well, all of them the one to watch, but that is the one that's really going to separate the men from the boys. The Lennons from the Twites.
Bradley, the lights are coming on, sorry to interrupt there, but we are about to go racing with Eric Tveit on pole position as the green lights are shown. Oyala gets a good start. Oyala, can he get alongside Tveit? It doesn't look like it. Is that Chris Butcher coming up from third? Oh, Tveit and Butcher. Looks like there's a bit of lag there.
Well, I have some news. I have some news. Oh,
Tveit's gone wide. Tveit's on the grass and Butcher's in the lead.
Earlier, about an hour ago, I was talking to Chris Butcher and he said that he would dominate at the starts. And well, I think that's just paid dividends, doesn't it?
Breaking headlines there.
Straight away. Tveit dropped down to third. Ajala's in second. Let's look at the rest of the pack.
Weissmuller and Ely are going at it already.
Oh, and look at the pack behind them, though. Look at this. We got.
James
Rod,
Johnson and
I think.
Carter.
We have
Fantastic battles going on.
Carter. Rod.
Oh, Young and Kelman side by side there. There's fantastic battles all the way down the field.
Tveit's lost tons of positions, actually. Anyway,
Yeah, he ran wide on turn 1. Ran wide on turn 1, went onto the grass.
Yeah. So I've got to go back to the front. So, oh, wait, who's that in third?
It's Gary Lennon.
Tveit's really dropped back. Tveit's now down to
6th,
I think.
Yep.
Wieselmüller's into 5th. Just behind this battle now with Ely, Lennon and Wieselmüller. Lennon and Ely, they were fighting for part of last race.
Like Jonathan Ockercliff's in the garage, he's had his problems. David Nannon's dropped right back. Diego Montoya retirement as well. So a couple of men out of the race already. As we've still got battles going on down the field.
Oh, and Lennon got loose.
Oh, and Wieselmüller's down the outside. Contact. Wieselmüller needs to keep his car on the track. Hopefully he'll have learned from the last race that he needs to be finished first. First you have to finish. Well, he did finish, but not crash anyway. Oh, and we've got Tveit going down the inside of Lennon. Lennon gives some room. Because Tveit has shown more pace in race 1. Tveit can show more pace.
Tveit is clearly the fastest in race 1. So let's go back to the front where we have Wieselmüller dominating, Ajala in second on his own, and then third and fourth, Butcher and Ely.
It's Butcher in first,
sorry.
Wieselmüller fourth.
Whoops,
but
sorry.
It's going to be interesting to see if Ely can get. As Wieselmüller goes sideways, if Ely can get past Oyala, can he close on Chris Butcher, or is this one already in the bag for Chris Butcher? Well, nothing, anything can happen, and it usually does. But if Chris Butcher can get away with this one, it's gonna be interesting to see who can get second. But Ely needs to make his move now on Oyala.
Yeah, another thing that we pointed out a few times before is the top 10 reverse grid. So if we look at the battle for 10th, we have Van der Velde, he's currently in 9th. In 10th we have
It's Sebastian Bittig, but right behind them you've got James Johnson and Matt Richards side by side for 12th. As they go in, are they going to break?
Richards going to run the outside.
Oh, great defence, great defending by Matt Richards. Closing the inside, but he's been pushed out wide by James Johnson, but Johnson has kept behind him, so that's good driving by both of them there. Clean, fair touring car racing. And Matt Richards is getting sideways again, but great defensive driving there by Richards. Held it on the outside and managed to shut the door on him quite fairly. And that's the battle for 12th. So all these guys are looking to get into that top 10.
Richards, Johnson, Sovic and Betancourt, they're going to be fighting for 10th position.
Sorry, Bradley. Ely on Oyala. Will he go for the move? No, he's backed out of that one, but he definitely had to run on him going into the chicane.
Right, we're on it. Oh, and okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so we really need to get into this race now. 4 minutes have passed. Really need to focus. So on this top group.
He's definitely looking racy behind Oyala. Oyala's a good pace all throughout the weekend. He's one of the most consistent drivers we have in this field, and he showed it in the first race, leading away from the start, and he showed it now in second place. And if he keeps on picking up the points and finishing, finish it. I know this is obviously a long race and there's a long way to go, but if he finishes, top 3, top 5, and just keeps on picking up the points.
You know how you were saying that Tom Ely was slower in race 1? Well, look at that fastest lap, 55.7.
55.7. At the
That is a
3 tenths
brilliant
quicker.
race lap.
3 tenths quicker than Tvite's fastest lap in the last race. So everything I've said before now is just gone completely out the window. Just don't listen to me.
No, I think Butch got the fastest lap with a 55.5. Oh, Ely on the jaw lap for second place.
Might be
And
correct
down the
there.
inside, no, he has to back out there of Palmer. Palmer's the corner name. Speaking of the driver is in 14th place, fighting with Richards. Meanwhile, Johnson has moved up to 11th ahead of Sovic and will be catching up Betancourt. So I think it's going to be Betancourt or Johnson who will get the 10th place in that pole position for race 3.
Yeah, but we can't discount it. There could be any instance. Scott Sovic, unfortunately, was looking racy in 11th, looking like he was going to make it, but he's dropped into 15th, so obviously had a problem. Looking at the provisional championship leader, Eric Tvite, sitting in 5th position right now, and if it finished in this kind of positions, he would have, he'd lose a few points to the guys in front, but he'd have a better position to start the next race. And we know what Tvite's like when he gets to the front, and he just pulls away, and he can defend unbelievably well, as he proved in the World Touring Masters. This will be playing into their hands, because you don't forget, if you have a bad result in this one, if Wiesenmuller had done what he did in the last race, in this race, it wouldn't have affected him too much, because he would have been right at the front for race 3.
Yeah.
But because he did it in race 1,
he would have been ahead of this battle here between Ely and Ajala. He's not too far back from where he would have been though, maybe a second or two.
Yep. Lindstruzer very sideways, and Pirard was looking down the inside there.
Where's this?
This is 7th and 8th, and behind Gary Lennon. And is he going to make a move going into the final chicane? Pirard, they're taking their time going in there. Looks like Lindstruzer's trying to hang him out to dry by going slowly into the apex of the turn and just flooring it out and building up an advantage. But Pirard still seems to be right on the back of him, and Davy van der Venne quite a bit back.
Oh, what about for second and third and fourth and fifth, and whoa, they're almost four wide into the third.
Four drivers. It's Tvite, Wiesenmuller, Ely, and Oyala in reverse order. Oyala's in second, but he's run wide. Ely's down the inside.
He's gonna get through.
Oh,
but Ely's on
Ely's on the ground.
Ely's on.
Oh, there's more contact.
They're going 3 wide.
Four wide. And
Forward.
Tvite's off.
Oh no, big contact. Twice off. No.
Oh, fantastic.
How did that lead?
We had 4 wide racing going into turn 3 there. It
They
looks
were
like
4 wide for the whole of the first sector.
Ely ran wide, or it got a tap on the exit, lost the back end, then it was just chaos from there. Wiesenmuller lost out big time, and that he was right up there.
Now Wiesenmuller's going to lose the bite.
We need to follow this battle, because this is
No, he
fantastic.
isn't.
We need to follow this battle, because this is what touring car racing is all about.
Oh, we are. We are indeed.
And but Ely could get away here if he has the pace that he should have, and he showed in the early stages of this race with the 55.7. I think he can get away. Question is, can he catch Chris Butcher? I think the deficit's too big, unfortunately.
Well,
but Tvite on Oyala. Tvite on Oyala, sorry.
Where's this?
Side by side.
Yeah, so we just watching
side by
it
side.
on the outside. Tvite on the outside.
Can he make it stick? Oyala's pushing him though, and Tvite's got the inside for the next corner, and he's made a move stick.
Oh,
so
that was a bit
up to
aggressive.
third.
That was very aggressive there. Tvite actually forced Ajala off the track slightly.
Well, I
arguable.
disagree with you on that one. I think Oyala pushed him wide on the turn before, and Tvite just held his line. And and then Wiesenmuller seemed to get Oyala. Looking at the replay of that, it looks like Wiesenmuller has got Oyala. Sorry.
Yep, he got him on the exit of the corner. Because Ajala was on the grass, Wiesenmuller just took advantage.
That'll explain it.
Oh, we got a battle here
between,
we got 2 battles. We got this one here between Ajala and Wiesenmuller, but then just a couple of places back we have Lennon and Lindstruzer.
Oh, Lindstruzer's down the inside, and Lindstruzer's up to 6th position. That's fantastic by the independent Benjamin Lindstruzer.
Oh, okay, we got Ajala on the inside.
Lennon's gonna come back.
Hairpin. Side by side, Ajala on the inside. Great move there, classic move.
Oyala's ahead of Wiesenmuller, but Lennon and Lindstruzer are exactly the same, and Gary Lennon's pushed him wide, and Lindstruzer's not happy about that, flashing his lights.
And now Parade has caught him up.
Oh, Lindstruzer, I don't think that's a legal move. He might get a penalty for that. He was flashing his lights vigorously at Gary Lennon there, and I don't see what Gary's done wrong, but he's gone wide. Lennon lost the back end, and there goes Pirard. Pirard's going to take the both of them. He's down the inside, alongside Lindstruzer. It looks like there's action ahead, but Pirard he's gained advantage of that. Oh, so 2 birds with 1 stone. Two birds with
Van
one
der
stone.
Velde
This
is in 9th. Is it Van der Velde? And then Johnson's moved up
Yep.
to 10th.
So I think what happened there, I'll just quickly recap that. Lennon, when it was a bit aggressive with Lindstruzer, I wouldn't say it was too aggressive. I thought it was fair enough. Lindstruzer not happy, flashing his lights. Gary Lennon lost the back end, and Pirard took the both of them. So fantastic by Simon Pirard, just up to 6th place, not a position he'd be expecting to be in. Unfortunately, front 5 looked to have spread out quite a lot, although Ayala's still quite close to Wiesenmuller.
Yeah, even though I think Wiesenmuller would get away.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look back down the grid, see if there's any battles near the back.
Okay.
Oh, Alejandro Fernandez off the track, but he's rejoined right in front of Scott Ring.
Okay, so this battle for 10th. There is no battle for 10th now. Scott Sobic 13th, I think. Oh, 4th and 15th, no? No. We have Van der Venne. Oh, Richard's off the track. Richards has gone off the track. He's behind Scott Sobic.
13th and 14th, that is. So
Yeah,
Sovic
he cut the track massively. He might have got a warning for cutting the track, or even worse, a penalty. We'll see later on.
Is this Richards?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, Scott Sovic is ahead of Matt Richards at the moment, anyway.
Yep.
And Scott Sovic, if he keeps on going, and there's problems. I mean, he's too far behind Sebastian and Lee Palmer. But if anyone has problems in front of him, if there's a 2 or 3 car collision, Scott Sovic's going to be prime position to take pole position for the next race. But time is running out for that to happen. At the moment, we might as well talk about.
Oh,
this.
we got battles for David Carter. David Carter and Eric Alves. Eric Alves right in the back of him, going for the slipstream.
He's going down the inside.
Turn 1.
Is he gonna make it stick? Looks like it. David Carter being very generous there. Great clean driving by David Carter. He always is clean with his driving. He never seems to do anything overly aggressive. But that was a good move by Eric Alves.
Oh, we got this battle now for 19th, 20th and 21. Fernandez, Ring and JJ Wang.
Yep.
Fernandez having an okay race in 19th. He didn't have the best of races in race 1. He finished a minute. He definitely had some collisions.
Yep. So let's go back to the front. Any action happening at the front? Doesn't look like. Oh, Gary Lennon on Simon Pirard, sorry. This is for 6th and 7th. It's Pirard. Lindstruzer not far behind as well, so he'll be looking to do what Pirard did earlier on. So is Gary Lennon going to be aggressive, or is he going to be passive and wait for Pirard to make a mistake? I think the first option. Then towards the chicane now. He's too far back to make a move, so he's going to just make a nice slow into the braking zone and just get a good exit, which is exactly what he's done there.
Yeah,
Pirard covering well though. Through the bomb hole and Pirard.
Downhill, camber, not camber there on the inside, which can cause you to either understeer or oversteer. That's how you take it.
From all the sim racing I've done at that corner, it's like one of the most satisfying corners in Britain. When you get it right, it just feels fantastic.
Oh.
You get a good run into the last turn as well.
That's where I'm going wrong. So.
And is that? Oh yeah, no, Yala's too far behind Wiesenmuller. Gary Lennon on Simon Pirard still. He's still putting him under pressure, and I think is he trying to force Pirard into a mistake, or will he go for the move? He's a bit too far behind Oyala, I think, for that to happen. With only 3 minutes left of this race. Lennon down the inside of Pirard, no. But where's Lindstruzer? Is Lindstruzer close by? It looks like it. And the battle for 10th, unfortunately. Sorry, on you go.
Yeah, I was just going to say Johnson's in 10th. He hasn't been able to catch up Van der Velde much.
Got a big cushion to sorry about the pronunciation, Betancourt behind him, Sebastian, and
yeah, I think it's Betancourt.
Or Betancourt. We'll find out soon enough. But for now, let's call him Sebastian. It looks like James has got a big gap back to him in 11th.
And also, it looks like that battle though we had a small look up between Fernandez, Wang and Ring has filtered out. Ring and Fernandez have dropped back behind Wang.
Lennon on Pirard for 6th and 7th once again. Lennon, he's close right in, but he's got a perfect exit onto the back straight. Pirard's low. This is definitely going to be a move. This is a brilliant exit by Lennon. Oh, he's squeezing him just enough room. Pirard's doing the perfect job. They're squeezing him enough, but leaving just enough room so that he's not pushing him off the track. And that's an easy move for Lennon. Will Pirard go for the? Will he go for the? No, he won't go for the cutback. He's hit the back of him. Oh, and he's got hit by Lindstruzer. And that's the 3 of them. That was a concertina effect there. But Lennon has made the move, taking a fantastic move. He thought about that one for a long time, picked his spot, got the good exit, and he had the job done before the corner.
Yeah, so we're just about to start the final lap as Chris Butcher will start the line. We've barely talked about him. He got away, started from 3rd. He was all over the place at the start trying to overtake Tveit, but when he did that into turn 1, he just dominated. Ely's 3 seconds back. Oh, we got Lindstruzer and Perard.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Lindstruzer's flashing his lights again. He might. I don't know if he'll be penalised for that, but in most leagues I've been in, flashing the lights is an illegal move.
I'm just gonna do a really quick replay, see what happened. It was
Okay, I'll
contact
keep
in
an
the
eye on
final
it.
corner, and there's a slight tap in the final corner.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure
and that,
why
yeah, the exit of the corner, that'd be Perard sort of turn left into Lindstruzer. And then we got more
Lindstruzer.
contact.
Yeah,
More contact.
Lindstruzer's just pushed him out of the way in the chicane. That was quite aggressive, but fair enough. He gave him a bit of a shove, but that's touring car racing.
Yeah,
pushed him wide.
if there is room for a gap, why not take it?
Yeah, it's rude, but it's not illegal. And it looks like Perard, will he come back on Lindstruzer into the next turn? This is Agostini. Oh, and Lindstruzer's run wide, he's got sideways. Nice save, but Perard's down the inside, and he's made the move stick.
Well,
A nice save by Lindstruzer.
We also have James Johnson and Van der Velde battling for 9th position. They're going to be the drivers on the front row unless there's any calamities here, especially maybe between Perard and Lindstruzer.
Oh yeah, they're not far ahead, and if these two take each other out, it's going to be Scott Solvik in 11, one place away from the pole position. But obviously, we've only got 1 minute to go in this race. That's 15 minutes expired, so this will be the last lap.
Where is Butcher? Where's Butcher?
Going down to the bomb hole.
Okay. Just gonna have a really quick look to see if Perard and Lindstruzer do anything into the chicane.
Oh, he's down the inside, and there's a car off in the background there. But Lindstruzer, can he get down the inside of Perard? Doesn't look like it. He's got one more attempt, but let's follow Chris Butcher as he's coming through the final chicane. A perfect race from Chris there, making amends for his spin in the last race, and he is going to take the victory for race 2 here of the E90, the E90 Euro Series Season 1, and he takes the win there. Tommy Lee coming across the line in second, so that's the two guys we expected to be up there, with Tveit a very happy third. So with that, him and Chris Butcher should theoretically be tied for the championship lead.
I think so. Well, anyway, let's get back to Oh wow, what's this?
Oh, where's Lindstruzer? Where's Lindstruzer? He's in 10th. Can Lee palm again before the line? No.
I'm watching a replay. So it's in the final chicane. Lindstruzer has been hit, I think, by Perard. No? I can't really tell much. There's a bit of lag, but
I'm going to take a look at that. It looks like it though.
He's definitely gone off at the final corner and spun the car.
I'll have a look at that. He seemed to be very aggressive with Perard. Perard's gone on the grass and gone into the back of him. There's a lot of lag, but I don't think that was Perard's fault. I think Perard was pushed onto the grass by Lindstruzer, which caused him to lose control and hit the side of him.
Oh, by the way, sorry. It was not Van der Velde who was in 8th. It's Van der Venne.
Yeah, that's going to confuse us all season.
Well, unless I look at the numbers, which is very hard to do, it's impossible for me to tell the difference.
Yeah,
exactly the same livery.
Lindstruzer not happy with Simon Perard writing a bit of a sarcastic comment there, but and then see Perard's kind of responded, a bit of controversy here.
Let's just talk about the race anyway in general. Lindstruzer, well, he'll be on pole, so that's one positive for him. Lee Palmer was the unfortunate one who was in 11th. We had a few retirements. Kelman, 24th, so that's his first race. Van der Velde, he retired again. Nannen retired, and Orkoklim didn't actually start the race. Montoya retired as well, so that's 2 retirements for Van der Velde and Montoya.
Yeah, Nannen retired and Stephen Kelman retired with hardware problems, it looks like. But
okay.
Chris Butcher takes the win from Tommy Lee and Eric Tveit. So that means that Tveit and Butcher have both had a first and a third. And Tveit will be ahead of him on the grid, but Butcher, I think, has more pace. So
I don't believe there's any bonus points for pole positions and fastest laps as well. So still,
we might as well run through the grid. Might as well run through the grid for the next one. It looks like Lindstruzer is going to be on pole from James Johnson. Davy Van der Venne, is going to be in third with Perard fourth.
Oh, just look. Oh, I think one driver just left.
It was Oyala.
Yeah.
So he's going to be.
If Ajala doesn't come back, then I think Palmer would be on pole.
If he doesn't come back, that's correct. But I think he will come back. So yeah, we'll wait and see if Tommy Oyala rejoins the game. I'd suspect he would, which would mean that Benjamin Lindstruzer would be on pole from James Johnson, Davy Van der Venne in third with Simon Perard in fourth, but a bit of controversy behind that one. Gary Lennon fifth and Wiesel Miller sixth, or I think Oyala would slot in there somewhere, and then after that it would be Tveit in 8th, Ely 9th, and Butcher running out the top 10 for the next race. Yeah, and that is a recipe for perfection.
I mentioned earlier that Butcher told me that he would be very good at starts. Well, he proved that in race 2, so now he's further back on the grid, he's 10th. So
Oyala's rejoined.
Okay. So yeah, will be Lindström on pole, and it will be Butcher in 10th. A lot of bad blood there between Peralta and Lindström. First and fourth now on the grid. So we're now in warm-up. Wondering if any... So yeah, we've got quite a few cars going on track. We got Kelman. Oh, that's not very good there from Sovic and David Carter.
Not surprised that Optimum versus Surreal Motorsports, the blood's still flowing. That'll be an interesting battle actually in the manufacturers, or in the teams championship, sorry, to see if Optimum or Surreal, which one's going to be ahead, because they've always been two close teams, and Bradley will obviously be voting for his own team.
I would probably say Surreal, but that's
Ooh.
mostly because yeah, I can't be bothered talking about.
Listen to that, Mike Bell. Listen to that, Mike Bell. He's saying his own team won't win. No, but we've got 5 minutes of warm up, and we've already kind of run you through the top 10. Until, unfortunately, we've got some people leaving and joining, so we've not got a 100% clear view, but we have a rough view of where everyone's going to be. And after the top 10, it looks like Lee Palmer will be starting 11th, unless someone in front of him has a problem. But I still think Palmer will be starting on pole. He'll still be starting 11th. I don't think that'll make a difference.
Yeah, probably just be a top 9 reverse grid.
Yeah, Sebastian, is it Bettinger? We'll sort that one out for you for the next round, but he's behind Lee Palmer anyway. Scott Sovic is next. It looks like he's in 13th. Matt Richards 14th, ahead of his good friend Mike Bell, 15th. And another of their good friends, David Carter, second Surreal Illusions car. Looks like he's been 16th. As Chris Butcher doing a bit of dodgems in the pit lane.
No,
JJ Wang 17th. Sorry, Bradley.
No, what I didn't get to finish earlier due to like racing was the calendar. So after Trois-Rivières, which is the 9th round, the final round. It's one of the people's favourites Australian tracks. It did Pukekohe. Is it Australian or New Zealand?
I think it's New Zealand actually. But it always provides good racing.
It's in Oceania.
Yeah.
Where it's got it's very fast. You got the very fast turn one. It's one of the fastest tracks out there.
Yeah, it's a recipe. It could also be a recipe for disaster for some drivers. We've seen a lot of incidents there over the years in real life and sim racing. So it definitely will provide a great backstage for the last round. But the race I'm looking forward to most has got to be Trois-Rivières. We've seen every race I've seen on that track is created unbelievable racing, but we're gonna have to wait till the 9th round for that.
Oh well, I'll put that in my dictionary.
So this is gonna be the first reverse grid race we've had in this series, and hopefully it all goes according to plan. But we're not gonna cover anything because it is Mike Bell on the admin. But no, I'm sure he's doing a great job. He's done a great job of organising the series so far, actually. So we've got a lot to thank him for all this racing. And all the guys at Elite Racing Association, Daniel Blanco as well, who had to scoot off, I think, for another race signed up for. But yeah, apart from the starting calamities, Bradley, it seems to have gone reasonably. Ben, I've probably just cursed it.
The racing's been top class.
Racing has been top class. It's been clean, but with the bumping that touring car needs.
That is one of the most ironic things I've ever seen. We're saying it's top class, but while we're seeing people
the pit lane
in the pit
exit.
lane.
Yeah. I'm just looking at that as well.
Yeah, we're seeing
just ignore that.
Spinning.
Is that David Carter doing a bit of Ely donuts there? And Alejandro Fernandez going for a bit of flying lessons. But no, it has been a brilliant first few races. It's got all the top quality driving.
Oh my god.
Top quality drivers doing with top quality driving, and we've also had great battles all throughout the field. Some clean racing, but also some contact and action. And I'm going to drink of water. I'm on my 3rd glass of water.
Right, we're on to the race. Let's get to the pole, man.
Yep, 20 seconds till the race starts. Lindström will be on pole, so in some ways he benefited from that collision with Pierard, but he probably would have been happier if he'd stayed where he was. There was drama into turn 1, but we're going to find out in 10 seconds.
I'm going to take a bet and say that James Johnson's going to be leading after the first 2 corners. I'm
hearing that the pronunciation is Sebastian Betancourt.
Yeah, alright, Betancourt.
Eric Tveit saying it's wet, but sorry, we've got the red lights on.
And
we're away!
And Johnson's got a much better start than Lindström. Is he going to take the lead on the outside? Oh, we got Butcher. Butcher getting held up by Tveit there. Butcher could not do a start that he promised while Lindström has kept in the lead.
Lennon right outside of
Oh,
Davey
we
Van
got car
Venne
off.
for
We got Butcher off.
third.
Butcher's off. Butcher's really far off. Butcher's in the wall. Butcher's in the wall.
Oh, is he out of the race? Drama here for the championship leader. As Weissmüller's looking aggressive, we've got a lot of action. Top 5 all pushing and shoving. And Lindstruser's lost
Oh,
the
we
lead
got
as
Lennon.
James...
Loudon,
Oh,
we got many
fantastic
collisions.
battle here. Oh, and Lennon's been pushed off. David Van der Venne just shoved Lennon into the wall. Not intentional, I'm sure, but he just caught the back end of the car.
Oh,
and
no,
Lennon
no,
is
do
out.
not reverse back on track. Ooh.
Lennon is out of
Oh,
the race.
we have Strue's off. Strue's gone off. Strue's have gone off majorly into the wall. Then look at this.
Oh.
We've got this mad battle. There was a few spins as well in the midfield. I
Lights
couldn't
on
see who
Pirard.
was spinning.
Yeah, drama here at the start. So it looks like we've got Oyala's out of the race, and oh no, this is a disaster.
Oh,
Gary
and
Lennon,
this is Butcher. We got Butcher trying to fight his way back through the pack. So
Betancur's off as well.
anyway, we really need to get back to the front. Who is leading? I think it is Johnson, and then Lindstruser in second.
And
And we
Tveit, who's
have-
had great pace, in third.
Yeah, Zweit third, Weissmuller third. So it looks like Zweit's going to be leading the championship, unless Butcher can make his way back through the field. Is that Van der Venne in fifth?
It looks like, yeah, David Van der Venne in 6th place so far.
Oh.
Scott Sovic in 7th, Mike Bell 8th,
Wow,
Lee Palmer
that's
9th.
brilliant stuff. That's a
Butcher.
good stuff, yeah. It's
Butcher
not
who
too
was in
biased,
the
but
wall.
that's a very good stuff from Sovic, and there's no one behind in this. The top 7 are nowhere near the rest.
And then it's Lee Palmer and Butcher.
Oh,
Oh, and Butcher's down the inside of
we
Palmer.
I think there may be a slight timing problem or something because Butcher, and I think is that Pirard? Butcher and Pirard, I don't think they're being classed as time. So I don't know if they've missed a sector point or something.
It's showing on mine that Butcher's still in 8th place,
Okay.
which would be correct. So we'll stick with that thought.
Okay,
but
just
for
some
now,
sort of
let's
problem
just,
for me then.
yeah, we've got a couple of
Yeah, we
DNFs
definitely-
already. So just Diego Montoya's retired, as has Tommy Oyala and Stephen Kelman. So
Oh, we got
not a good debut
contact,
for Stephen.
contact. We have big contact between. Is that who's that? Is that Pirard? Is that Pirard and Lindstruser?
Pirard, it wouldn't be Pirard because Lindstruser's up in 4th, Pirard is 7th.
Yeah, this is Pirard and Lindstruser. Oh, that's all I can say. Look at this. So I'm watching the replay. Lindstruser's on the inside. Yeah, Pirard on the outside. Weissmuller and Zweiter got past. Oh, Lindstruser's sort of on the inside. Pirard's something quite early. Contact made, and Pirard spins around. That moves Sovic into 6th position, and Van der Venne into 5th.
And Butcher goes down the inside of Pirard right now, but
No,
that's
that
a
was yep.
spot of revenge in order there for Lindstruser. So I think this
Butcher
battle
into
with Pirard,
7th.
Pirard and Lindstruser, that battle's going to last the whole season, I suspect, because so far they've had so much drama already, and there are going to be a few arguments on the forums, I believe. But both drivers are making a few mistakes and having a few bad moves dealt their way. But it does look like James Johnson has got the lead. Oh, Eric Tveit! Lovely little drift there out of the turn, going onto the backstretch, gets the back end out. That was beautiful there. Beautiful hold by Eric
Zweit's
Tveit.
already gained 1 second on this lap. He was a second and a half behind, now it's only half a second.
Yep, so Tveit down 3/10 now. It does look like Tveit could run away with this race. If he gets past Johnson, who's had decent pace but not race-winning pace, he's got Weissmuller not far behind, who's also had top 5 pace. Lindstruser's not been too far off in 4th, but he is 2 seconds behind already. I think Eric Tveit, if he can get past JJ, he will run away with this one. We'll need to wait and see though. Oh, and James Johnson's on the grass! Our race leader's just spun it! Oh, disaster! James Johnson, an absolute rookie error. He was on going through the final right-hander just before the chicane. He got 2 wheels on the
He lost
grass.
it again! When he was
Got
trying to
2
be a
wheels
bit
on the
cocky
grass.
there. He was trying to be a bit cocky there and cut the corner to try and make the
lost
disadvantage
it.
smaller, and he just spins it.
Yeah, James
So
Johnson,
now-
not good.
So now we have Van der
Oh.
Venne in 4th, Lindstru's up 3rd, Sovic 5th, and Butcher 6th.
Gosovic, who didn't get the reverse grid, sorry, is up to 5th position. This is crazy.
Yeah, he started what, 13th?
13th. That's incredible by Scott Sovic. Really happy for him there. But James Johnson leading the race, dips 2 wheels onto the grass for no
we have
apparent
Alpha.
reason.
So right, sorry. Okay, Butcher just got past Sovic, so Sovic's down to 5th, and Butcher's up to 4th. Sovic's down to 6th,
5th and 6th.
and Butcher's up to 5th.
This is just incredible racing here, and any other battles.
Just to let the viewers know that that livery that Sovic is driving is based off the recent Toyota Le Mans prototype car, the TS030.
Yep.
Looks like Butcher's going to get away from him.
Got a good battle going on near the back here with JJ Wang and Brendan Russo for 14th position. Wang just got down the inside, and they've been side by side now for 2 straights and 2 corners. But Wang has finally made the move stick on Brendan Russo. So that's for 14th and 15th with David Carter not far back. But back up to the front where it matters. Eric Tveit has gotten the lead obviously after James Johnson.
Car off, big car off. Who's that? Is that Parad? No,
Young,
yeah,
it's
that's
Kyle Young.
Parad.
Oh, there's a lot of cars that's being shown off. There's 5. I'm seeing on my screen. I have no idea if this is correct, but I just saw 5 cars off. But no, that's incorrect. That's just lag.
Well,
Sorry, I was getting a
Parad
bit
was off.
excited there.
Parad definitely made a mistake because he's just dropped down.
Still showing in 7th. It looks. I think there was a bit of lag on the server there, and a few of it. We were seeing incidents that weren't occurring. It looks like. But we have another retirement, by the way, just to inform you that Eric Alves has retired from the race, and Ockerclint's in the pits along with David Nannon.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, I don't think Ockerclint actually started the race just like race 2.
Yeah, so that's a shame for him.
Yeah, just
couple of drivers having problems.
Yeah, sorry, just let you know, this is actually quite common there for Ockerclint fees. There are some times where he is very unfortunate and isn't able to start races.
Yep. So back to the front. Eric Tveit has an 8/10 lead over Wiesenmuller. Wiesenmuller's last lap was a 55.8, and Eric Tveit's was a 55.7. So it looks like Tveit's got the fastest lap. I'm not going to go through every driver checking, but Chris Butcher's was only a 57, as was Scott Solvik. Tom Ely's last lap was a 56.1. So it looks like Tveit once again has got the fastest lap of the race, and it's a case of whether he can pull away from Robert, or whether he'll make a mistake, or whether Robert will just drag him in. There could be a good
Something
race.
quite weird I've just noticed, there were a few cars in the pits, so I don't know if they've had to pit for repairs, if they got damage or like penalties or something, but you don't usually expect cars to be pitting. Oh, Tveit's missed the apex, Wiesenmuller's closed in.
Yep. So but it's still quite a big gap though. It's gonna be interesting to see if he can close in.
Sorry, Butcher was very loose there. He's trying to close in on Van der Venne.
Yeah, it's Van der Venne up in 4th place. So the 3rd and 4th is Lindstruzer and Van der Venne, and they'll both be happy with that, especially Lindstruzer after the troubles of the last race.
Yeah, I've got to say, you know, he's probably going to be really thankful for Parad with all the concept they made.
Yeah, 3rd place. Yeah.
Oh, Butcher's making the move now on Van der Venne.
He is, and he's going to go to the inside there. Van der Venne, they're now completely side by side coming under the tunnel into the chicane. Easy move for Butcher, but can Van der Venne do anything about it? It looks like Butcher's got his car under control, and obviously got the... Oh, and Tveit's been off! It looks like Tveit's either had contact or he's spun it himself. I'm going to take a quick replay at that.
I've got a replay up.
What happened to Eric Tveit? He's hit the curb and he's lost the back end. Oh, he tried to correct it, almost took out Wiesenmuller.
No.
Incredible,
So
incredible.
It's
2
now gonna be
leaders.
Butcher. So now it's going to be Butcher leading the championship, even though Tveit has rejoined just ahead of Sofik in 5th. So that's not too bad. He's still in the top 5. Oh, look at this for a battle for 6th. Parad, Sofik, and Johnson.
So Butcher, who was off and hit the wall on the first lap, I thought he was out of the race. He's sitting in 3rd position right now, and Johnson's down the inside of Parad. Oh, and he's not going to make the move. Oh, he has made the move 6. Sorry.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Parad makes a move on Sofik very soon. Sofik gets a bit wide at the exit.
No, but Johnson's going to come back at him. No, maybe not. Parad has managed to get it. Oh, and now it's going to be Parad on Sofik, and I think
Johnson's still there.
No, yeah, you can't forget Johnson, and Tom Ely's a long way back. Well, but there was Johnson.
9th.
I'm not sure. So we've had problems for Ely, who's one of the fastest guy in first qualifying. 3 wide. Johnson, Solvik, and Pirard are 3 wide down the straight, and looks like Solvik's lost 2 positions on the straight.
Just gained 2 positions.
Lost 2 positions due to the slipstreaming on the straight. That's incredible. And yep, Johnson's done what Pirard did earlier, which is take 2 places on that infield complex. But that puts Johnson up to 6th position, which isn't where he wanted to be, considering he was right up in the front row.
Van der Venne's off. Van der Venne's taken by Tveit.
Tvite's ahead of him, and he's now 4th. Tvite's 1 position behind Butcher, so there's still not a big difference. It's funny how 3rd and 4th position have both had either a crash or a spin, and they're still 3rd and 4th, and that shows why they're championship leaders. Oh, Butcher's on the inside of Lindstruzer, and Butcher, he's quick. Oh, he spun Lindstruzer off. Lindstruzer's going to control it on the grass. Butcher has to let Lindstruzer have that position.
Oh my god, I really hope that Lindstruzer hasn't got a penalty for that, because he cut the corner massively. He might have got a penalty for that.
He got pushed off though.
Yeah, but he might. But he still might have got a penalty, like an in-game penalty through rFactor. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, I mean, the admin shouldn't give him a penalty for that because he deserves the position, but they did both. Lindstruzer did get pushed off, so hopefully.
I wasn't talking about actual like.
The rFactor in-game penalty system can be a bit off sometimes, and frustrating if it's a league that you're trying to control.
Oh, but he's down the inside. He's done the fastest lap as well somehow, even with the contact.
55.5. Incredible lap time by Chris Butcher, showing his outright pace. But does he have enough to catch Wiesenmuller? I don't think he will.
No, wait, I've got to really quickly go to the battle for. So, oh look at this, going 4 wide. Sofik, Parad, Ely, Lennon. Oh, sorry, no, not Lennon. It's Johnson involved. Sovic's back up to
Oh,
6.
oh! It looks like Tommy Lee just pushed Pirard into Sovic, and then 3 of them, and that's cost Sovic. So Pirard got pushed into Sovic and actually gained an advantage because of that. So that's Pirard, Sovic, and Ely having a great battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th there. Gary Lennon not. Actually, Gary Lennon is. What happened to Gary
Butcher's
Lennon?
on the inside of Lynchrews, and we just saw it there. Into. What corner is
Second.
it? The. Huh?
Oh, sorry, corner. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the position, but I think that was Agostini.
That's the one. Where he's now into. Yeah, he's now into 2nd, but. Oh. Well, there's some sort of problem because it's not showing Lynchrews are properly on the timing that I and all the viewers can see.
I can assure you that Leinsters are still in 3rd position on the rFactor timing, so that's...
Okay, I'm going to go back down to 6th, 7th and 8th. Johnson's getting away, and... Oh, Sovic's dropped back again now to behind...
Behind Ely, 9th position.
Yeah, that's it, Tom Ely. Interesting fact, Scott Sovic and Tom Ely used to be teammates for Nocta. Oh, and Ely's going down the inside.
There's a great battle here for 15th and 16th, Mike Bell and Sebastian Bettenser.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Mike Bell.
Yeah, and he's having a great battle with Sebastian Bettenser for 15th right now, and
Bettencourt.
Kyle Young, Bettencourt, sorry. I will get it eventually. Don't worry. It'll take us a round or two. But this race, we've already done 11 minutes of this race. Only 4 minutes to go. It shows how quickly it's passed. And when you've got fantastic racing like this, you just never want it to end.
He's loose. Oh, he's lost it. He's spun into the wall.
To,
Sebastian Bettencourt, and he's lost position to Carl Young, and now he's going to be closed in by Fernando and Richards, who are having a brilliant battle, it seems. Going into the bomb hole, Fernandez on the inside. Well, looks like can Richards do anything about this?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Battles up front seem to have neutralised.
There's still that big battle though with
Fernandez
Ely,
and Richards.
Sovic and Perard.
Yeah.
Even though I think Sovic's back. Oh. Richards.
Sorry, no, that's just Richards on Fernandez. He's got a good run on him. But right in front of them is Bettenser and Kyle Young, of Bettencourt. And is he going to make the move into turn 1?
Well, no, he isn't, and neither is Richards. Although now Richards could.
Yep, Richards got a good run. Is he going to make a move down the inside? He's thinking about it, but he's backed out of it quite sensibly there. Oh, and in front of him, Kyle Young's run wide, and Bettencourt's down the inside. So you've got now Kyle Young and Bettencourt side by side.
Richards has spun Fernandez.
Oh, Fernandez is off.
Oh my
Fernandez
God.
is off. That's Optimum
that was very
versus
poor
Surreal.
driving there from. That was very poor driving there from Richards. I've got to say, and very unfortunate for Fernandez.
Surreal versus Optimum once again coming to a head.
Yeah.
But we can't forget.
Carl Young.
Yeah, Kyle Young hits Bettencourt, but he's not going to gain an advantage, so that's fine. Bit of argy-bargy going on. As we look back to the front, still no battles. There's 12 seconds between the top 6.
This is it's Wang and Van der Ven. Oh, sorry, Van der Velde.
Van der Velde.
Yeah. So Van der Velde's
11th.
finally actually going to finish a race. Oh, Vang's down.
Oh,
Vang's
he's
down
pushed
the
them
inside,
off.
and they're both off.
Both
Both
off.
off. What the hell's happened to Van der Velde?
What are they doing? Why can't they drive on the why don't they just turn back onto the track? For some reason they're cutting
Well,
the
I'd be
chicane
very
massively.
surprised if he hasn't got a penalty for that, because he just did full throttle across the whole of that chicane. He gained about 2 seconds.
Yeah, should have a penalty for that. That's
once,
unfortunate.
I think an rFactor penalty would be fair.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
unfortunate.
understand what Wang was doing as well. I don't know if contact was made or not.
Followed him. I think Wang hit the back of him, and then Wang just followed him across the chicane.
Yeah, and then just Van der Velde just decided to go. One thing is though, it will not be a drive-through penalty. It'll be an add-on game penalty, so that could be removed depending on.
Kyle Young's just gone off, and Christian Struys is alongside him now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a replay for Kyle Young, see what happened there. It looks like he was.
just
Oh, he
try
was
and find
alongside
him.
Matt Richards, and he had a collision that I didn't see. I think Matt Richards might have hit the back of him.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the second time in the space of lap that Matt Richards has caused someone to spin out. That's very disappointing. As a viewer and a commentator.
As the owner of Optimum Motorsports.
Sim racing.
Yeah. Okay. Any
Drew's
battles
on
up
the
front?
inside of Young.
Oh, and Ely on Johnson. Only 1/10 in it between Ely and Johnson. Ely's shown the pace, but he hasn't really shown the racecraft so far in the first 3 races. He's not as good results as he would be hoping for, and we were expecting from him. But he's going to make a move on
Yeah,
James Johnson right now, and he's not going to make it through there.
I was just on that Strues before we look at this battle. Strues actually managed to get past Young, so well done there to Christian Strues.
Also, we're on the last lap, just so you
Yes,
know.
we
So
are.
Robert Wiesenmuller coming around to be the 3rd different winner from 3 races, it looks like. We had Eric de Veit dominating the first race, Chris Butcher dominating the second, and Wiesenmuller dominating the third. So that's a bit like F1 style with the different winners from different
and
races.
Johnson's been overtaken. Anyway,
Well,
where is Wiesenmuller? He's coming out the final corner.
And he
He's
hasn't.
Butcher's right behind him as well, so that is very good performance from the two teammates, especially as Butcher was all the way down in about 10th position after turn 1, getting forced out wide.
And Robert Wiesenmuller takes the win for race 3 of this first round from Snetterton 300.
Oh, that is just like Vettel. Butcher getting the fastest lap right at the end, 55.4.
55.4, great lap from Chris Butcher there, just stamping his authority, showing that what he could have done if he hadn't hit a wall.
So who's third?
Lindstruzer gets third position, he'll be delighted. Oh, de Veit! De Veit's rolled it and his car's caught fire. I hope that's after the finish line. And let's see.
I can't find him.
Oh, Eric
No.
de Veit crosses the finish, goes into turn 1 and has a massive crash against the wall. Almost as good as Scott Sovik's earlier, but not quite. I'd probably give it an 8.5.
Here we are, let's see. Yeah, it's afterwards. Yeah. I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, Scott Sovik gets his top 10, which is what we wanted for him, so good drive there by young Scott
and
Sovik.
Diego Montoya got disqualified from the race.
Him?
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay,
Not
so
quite
going
sure
through
what's
the
happened there.
positions, we had that top 4, then we had Van der Venne, a superb performance in 5th, Tom Ealing in 6th, and I can't see the rest because it's going too quickly for me.
James Johnson takes 7th place for THR. Simon Pirard finishes 8th, Gary Lennon 9th, and Scott Sovik rounds out the top 10 for Optimum Sim Racing. Andy Van der Velde finishes 11th ahead of JJ Wang. Brendan Russo, those two had a good battle throughout the whole race, Wang and Russo, and ended up with Wang take top spot with 12th. David Carter finishes 14th ahead of Mike Bell, so Mike won't be happy about that, he was also in turn ahead of Matt Richards, so Carter, Bell and Richards 14th, 15th and 16th, former teammates at MTR. Christian Struys finishes 17th, Corey Linton 18th, Harry Young 19th, 20th was Alejandro Fernandez, and it looks like the rest retired. Looks like Bettencourt retired. Oh, he's run out of fuel he's on the pit straight, just sitting there.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yep, and then
He's going to
Clint,
get a push. He's going to get a push from one of the drivers.
David Nannon,
So-
brilliant sportsmanship from Nannon, pushing him to the line. So that's for 20th to 23rd. Lee Palmer in 24th retired. Eric Alves also retired. Stephen Kelman didn't start. Tommy Oyala retired from that race, didn't start, I don't believe. And Diego Montoya got disqualified, but we'll see. I'm not sure if that was his fault, but got disqualified anyway.
Okay, so that is the end of race 3, a truly amazing race. So let's just talk with some of the drivers that have entered for a few interviews. So first off, let's talk to Robert Wiesenmuller, winner of race 3. So Robert, so talk us through race 3.
Yeah, was a really nice race. Started in 6th position, I think. At the start it was a bit messy. And then I was following Eric and James in the first laps, and they both made a mistake. They both spun out from the lead, and I was leading, and Chris was catching up really fast, but he couldn't catch me in the end.
Yeah, that was a very good performance. How are your 2 other races? You had some very close battles with some other drivers. Do you think the racing was clean?
Well, more or less. There were a couple of exceptions, but I think more or less the racing was clean.
Yes.
First race, I I tried to win.
I was going to get onto that. What do you regret doing that final corner move and dropping from 2nd to 7th?
Not at all, to be honest.
Oh.
I think it was worth a shot, and it didn't work out, unfortunately, but yeah, I still won the 3rd race, so it's okay.
Okay, so well done to Robert. I believe
Thanks.
that THR will be leading the team's championship. Okay, so let's go to Scott Sovic. He had a very good performance in race 3. Had some reasonable race in the first 2 races. So Scott, you had a very good start to the final race. You started the race about 13th, and suddenly you was about 5th or 6th. So what happened at the start?
Yeah, that was just tons of collisions on the first lap, really. So I just did as much as I could, got up to 6th. And but the reason for starts was I just used the launch control. That was all. Fortunately, I reacted a bit quick. Most people led me to going faster than most.
Yeah, and also during race 3, you had a very entertaining battle with Simon Perard and Tom Ely. Would you say it was just as entertaining to watch as it was to race in?
Yeah, it was. I was on the edge of my seat most of the time. Cars,
That's where
it's very hard to drive, especially through the corners. Well, very happy. But
Okay,
with everybody,
so,
like, to be honest.
Can I ask Scott a quick question? I'm just wondering what happened in race 2, because we saw you were sitting in 11th and we were hoping that you might get into top 10 for a pole position, and it looks like you dropped down to 15. So what actually happened there?
I don't mean to say any names, but there was one driver in a blue car, I think, that did unfortunately tap me into turn 1. I just spun.
that's very unfortunate. Another driver that was rather unfortunate, especially during race 1, was Tom Ely, and also qualifying as well. So, Tom, you there?
Yep.
So,
Hello.
well, Tom, you got a pole originally in the first qualifying session, but obviously the server was reset, and then you could only qualify on the front row. How disappointing was it for you to not get that pole position?
Oh, it's fine, really. On the front row, I needed to be near Chris. That's all I wanted.
Yeah. So, what happened at the start of race 1? You know, you and Butcher both spun and dropped back.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of a spin into turn 1, and it kind of just caused a load of bloody chaos behind us.
So you had nowhere to go then?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Okay. Well, well done on your fight backs in many of the races. You had a clean race too, though. That's something to take out of it.
Thank you.
Second place. Next, let's talk to Mike Bell, one of the admins of this league. So, Mike, we saw you battle in the midfield with many of the other drivers. How was it racing in your own league?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Pretty much everyone around me, was very, very fair racing. And yeah, it was after we had got all the server issues out of the way, which caused the long delay. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully once we get the server issues fixed, then should be pretty good. Pretty good season.
Okay, well done, Mike. Yeah, one thing you didn't have the better qualifyings for for the opening race, did you?
No, it was awful. I got one hot lap in, and I came on the bridge and just lost the back end, so lost by maybe like 6, 7, 8 seconds trying to recover.
Okay, John, have you got any questions to ask anyone?
Not really. Just none in particular. But yeah, Mike, just thank you for all the adminning on the server. It's a good job, because obviously we had the problems early on, but we got them sorted out. So we got the problems at the start sorted out. So hopefully it won't be too bad next time.
What about me?
Who's David? Who is this David? I think I was impersonating David Dunham, the one of the admins of ERA. So not very good there from David impersonating David.
Oh.
Okay, so
Mike Bell. Oh.
Okay, I think we'll have to round up this broadcast. Obviously, we are later than expected due to the early technical problems. So thanks to all the viewers, thanks to all the drivers, thanks to you, John, for commentating. Thanks to Mike, David, Daniel Blanco. Thanks to everyone who works very hard, both racing in the league, working and doing everything to make this league much better. Well, I say much better, but just to make one of the best leagues out there. So, John, have you got any final words?
Not really, just looking forward to the next round. So the next round will be from, it looks like it's going to be Singapore, the short circuit, which we did in the Sim Racing Online Championship and created absolutely fantastic racing. So hopefully we'll all see you there in 1 week's time, the 20th of January. At the same time, hopefully we'll get the races started a bit quicker. But yeah, that's all. Thanks, Bradley, for help there.
Okay, so thanks for joining, and we shall see you next week. So goodbye.
Oh, why'd everybody leave? No, I'm joking. So it's off now?